It's going to pick up again.
Nice. Yeah, my favorite spot. I enjoyed Cleary. A whole different room that we had, not having really to do with flat Earth. It was more of a, just life in general type stuff. But I probably enjoyed your place the most. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, well,
I don't
mean,
listen
door's
to
still
it.
open, right? You can still pop over if you got any time. We'll
I hear
get a decent chat because we have got a plan for Bedford.
Oh, for the level?
Yep.
What happened to what's his name that was doing the Bedford level test? Had all the poles set up and all that?
Well, that's exactly what they can't do it, so we're going to do reciprocal rumpus pole sightings.
Oh, Rumpus, yeah. That's right. I'm terrible with names, but yeah, that was his name. Ranty and Rumpus. I never can remember their names. One was supposed to climb the mountain. We got Jesse climbing mountains now.
Yeah, I know. I mean, equipotential angle of adjustment.
You
It's one of
think
the
dip
best proofs.
angle? Let me pick your brain with one question here. You think dip angle as you go up and measure dip, horizon dip is what they call it, I think. You think that's Earth curve or just an optical drop?
Well, I would say that's technically the equipotential angle of adjustment.
So not Earth curve though, right? You're not measuring.
I don't think you can measure curve. I don't think there's a possibility.
I agree. I'd say that
is set up for not measuring curve because you're measuring between 2 points and
2 points.
It's a straight line.
Yep, straight lines. And if the surface underneath is parallel, it's also a straight line. It's just sloping sometimes, or you can measure curves. Like you can measure the difference opposite of parallel. Like if it's not parallel, it's arcing. I guess that would be a curve. An arc underneath a horizontal or a straight line would be a curved line.
Yeah, you should come over, right? There's some stuff, obviously, that isn't meant for all ears.
Yeah, I got you. It is funny that 3 years ago we're telling them they're going to be climbing mountains soon, and now they are. Like some of the top globers.
Longer than 3 years ago.
Oh, was it?
Oh, yeah.
Longer. Some of the top globers are telling other globers, would you stop saying bottom up obstruction at low level is only caused by Earth curve because, it's been proven that it can be other things. Please just stop. Would you climb a mountain and now say that the dip that you measure from the horizon, and don't mention that it's just an apparent position, is now Earth curve, although it's not? I wonder how long it's going to take them to figure this one out. Even if the Earth is curving, that's not Earth curve. It's weird. I think they're just clinging on to their ball like a kid on the playground. Like, got the last little fingertips into the kickball and don't want to let go and are crying out. It's all right. It's been a fun ride. This is all going quicker than I ever expected, even that we even discussed, when we would say, how long do you think the tipping point and all that? I said like 25 to 50 years. And it's really going a lot quicker. But anyway, I'll drop by, Bev. Good seeing you.
Cool.
That was fun.
Bev, are you gatekeeping information from our ears?
You're not ready, sir.
Yeah, he's right.
I didn't think Bev was a flat earther.
He's not.
No, he's not.
I don't even think Bev is a flat earther.
Bev
Are you a flat earther?
Bev is a very
hold on, let Bev
tricky, intelligent person to the point where I've listened to him trap globers and flat earthers against their own position multiple times.
Yeah, he
and
trapped
people
you
don't
earlier.
even understand they're doing it. They don't even
He trapped you
understand that.
earlier.
No, he didn't, you fucking moron. anyways,
He triggers
I've listened-
people by talking
I've-
about axioms.
I've listened to him go into depth with these arguments while acting like he's aligned with them, and then he just flips it on him and leaves them hanging. I've watched him
Okay,
do
so
it
let
to
him
Globers and
answer.
flat earthers.
Rakia asked
He's smarter than he
Bev.
looks.
Hold on. Rakia asked Bev if he was a flat earther. So I
no.
want to hear the answer.
I mean, everybody knows, right? I'm not a flat earther. The Earth's not flat.
It's his globe.
Yeah, I agree with
But
that.
I mean, if you guys want to define somebody as a flat earther and point fingers at them and say they're a flat earther, then I mean that's up to you guys. But I mean,
Well,
I have
okay, I'll
told
ask the
you
question
all
differently.
Well,
along.
Rakia, what
I'll
made
ask
you
the
change
question
Rakia?
differently. Yeah,
Hold on,
Rakia's not a
I
flat
want to know
earther either.
what made Rakia change.
I haven't changed one bit.
I've
In
listened
like
to you like a couple
8
weeks ago
years.
talking about the Earth's flat.
Yeah, I talk about y'all. The word flat Earth is used, right? But I don't think the Earth, right, the surface of Earth is flat.
Well,
It's-
you've
it's
told me you measured
hardly
it
ever
flat.
flat.
You've told me
I
on
said I
multiple
measured
occasions
it
you've
not
gone
to
over bodies
curve.
of water and you measured it to be flat.
Yeah.
Well, if it
Now,
doesn't
the
curve, then what
water-
shape is it? But hold
The
on,
surface
Rakia,
of
you
water
just said
doesn't curve.
Rakia, hold on. You just said
If
you
you want to
measured
call
it.
that flat, you can.
You just said you measured it to not curve. So what could it be other
Right.
than flat?
Parallel under a horizontal plane. Plane.
That sounds really flat to me.
Sounds
Parallel.
pretty flat. Yeah.
Well, you can call it flat if you
Parallel,
want,
and
but
you
Earth
say it's not
itself
flat?
as a
Fuck
whole
outta here,
isn't
guy.
flat.
Yeah, if somebody
No,
said
Earth
that
as
I
a
have
whole
okay, hold
isn't
on.
flat.
If somebody said I have this
Measurably.
thing, somebody says I have this thing and it's parallel to a plane, I would say for sure that thing is flat.
That section of water. Well, you can say whatever you want. I'll go ahead and say what I said again. The Earth is measurably not flat in almost every instance that you measure it.
Define flat.
There you go. I mean,
Well, y'all
what's
brought
up
it
with
up.
that
Y'all defined
statement?
it.
Yeah,
You wanna
define it.
fo-
You told me what it's
Go
not.
ahead.
All right, what do you mean by flat?
I think it's a plane Earth with elevation changes from a baseline. It would be a horizontal baseline. If you want to call horizontal flat, go right ahead. I wouldn't necessarily do that. I mean, you can do it in context, I guess.
Wow, you've really
what is a
changed your
hor-
position.
What is a horizontal line if not flat?
So what
It's a
got you to
horizontal
change your
plane.
position?
Planes. If you call that flat, that's good enough.
What got you to change your position? Like
Like
what
in
was
the
it?
low-level conversations that we have here with people who giggle and laugh and call people gay and all that, you can call horizontal flat if you want. I don't have a problem with it. You can call me a flat earther if you want. I don't have a
That's
problem with
not what
that
I
either.
said though. What I said was if something's parallel to a plane, then that thing would be flat.
would be Euclidean.
Yeah, what you guys say have entailments. And those entailments would be doublespeak.
Agreed, 100%.
It's not double.
Parallel,
To be double
but
speak.
not
It's just a
parallel.
different way of looking at
Fuck
things.
out of here.
Horizontal
Well, I can
is not
use, and I
flat.
think Bev can too. Well, if y'all want to hear it, I mean, y'all are addressing me, right? And Bev, maybe.
Yeah,
But
you and Bev,
I'll speak
the
for myself.
non-flat earthers.
I can take the same tool. Yeah. I can take the same tool and measure water not curving and measure the shoreline to not be flat. Does that make sense? Same tool,
What do you mean by flat?
very short distance. Not curving. In your context that you're using it, I'm
No,
saying
I'm
it's not
asking you
curving.
for your content. I'm not speaking.
I
You're
just
speaking.
said.
I'm asking what you mean by the words you're speaking.
I just told you, not curving. In the context that we're talking about right now, we're talking about horizontal planes, horizontal lines, and water that doesn't curve underneath the horizontal, and land next to the water that in almost every instance slopes from the horizontal. Now you call that whatever you want, but you can measure it with the same exact tool over the same exact distance.
But to me, it sounds like you're saying I don't measure it to be flat, and I don't measure curving. And now you're saying you do the exact opposite.
I measure the
That's
horizontal
what it
line,
sounds
the
like.
parallel line underneath the horizontal line that's parallel with the horizontal line to be whatever you want to call it. I call it a plane. That's what I'm measuring. If it
Is a
was
plane
curving
flat?
down, I would call it a sphere.
Okay, you just told me you measure slope, but earlier you told me you've never measured curve.
I said
And
you
you
can
say a
measure. Well,
slope
slope
equals
isn't
curve.
curve. I've
This is
never
the
measured
doublespeak I
curve.
was talking about.
No, I said you can measure an arc line, which I would call a curve line in this
You definitely didn't
context.
say arc.
I
said
definitely
slope.
said arc like 3 times when I was talking to Bev. You definitely didn't hear it. You might have been eating a snack.
I
Definitely
was
know-
talking to
remember.
you. I was going off of what you just said.
Knowing that Raqia teamed up with Bev for years explains a lot, actually.
Yeah, it helps me understand the double speak, like Ricker pointed out.
Yeah, these arenas, they're sort of dying, right? Because Nathan Oakley's going to take measured flat off the table. So what else have you guys going to have? What, you know, you're going to have to go to politics or some other shit like that.
I think we could do measured, not curved.
I'll go to religion.
Sounds like.
Yeah, you could go to the religion thing, right?
Measured that curve. Is 69ing the globe still happening, Bev?
Oh, right, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, how do you think we prove non-linearity?
Excuse
Linearly.
I
Yeah.
think your brain kind of spurred up.
You know Nathan Oakley, he's doing this linear thing. Right?
Linear miles, yeah.
Yeah, and nautical miles.
Yes, that's
Linear.
those are 2 words.
Yeah, they linear too.
They're not.
No.
Yeah.
They're actually not by definition.
Actually, not linear. Now, how do we prove to Nathan Oakley that nautical miles are not linear?
Who cares?
It's.
We
I mean, yeah. Also, yeah. Who cares? But it's in the
69
definition.
globe with him, don't we? We get
Oh, I
everybody to
see.
join in. It's something that everyone can do, and you end up learning a little bit about mathematical language and the understanding of linear, non-linear, straight, horizontal. You know where the implications are.
Bev, I have a question for you. Do you think snow globes are geometric or non-geometric?
What a brilliant question.
Snow globes are defined as snow globes, right? They have a name, right?
Yeah, that's not what I asked. But thank you for
So
that.
they
They're
wouldn't
also defined as a
actually
Now you
magical
could-
shaky toy.
They wouldn't
Now
be
you can try to
actually
answer my question.
named in any geometric system, would they? Defined.
I'm not asking you
definitions?
about their name. I'm just asking, do you think they are a geometric? Are they geometric or non-geometric?
Yeah. Well, they wouldn't be defined within any geometric system, would they?
I think I asked you a question.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Unless you want to
you asked me
make
a
some
question back.
geometric system that has got some snow globes in, right? That then you can say, ah ha ha, but I've made this geometric system with
Okay,
snow
let's
globes in.
pick one. We'll pick Euclidean. Are they Euclidean or non-Euclidean?
No, there's no snow globes mentioned in anywhere within any Euclidean geometric systems. Neither snow nor globe is defined within Euclidean geometry.
Thank you. So they're not Euclidean.
Globe.
Snow
Well,
globes are
we do know that globe is non-Euclidean, right? So,
does that mean anything with the name globe in it is a non-Euclidean?
no, the globe is non-Euclidean, but a globe is a spherical representation, right? A
What about a
sphere
snow globe? Though?
is
I was curious about snow
Euclidean.
globes.
The skill level of obfuscation is way high. Like these people have to be trained. I think military. Like I think the military.
Get a new mic. Get a new mic, please.
See, I can't tell if he's hot micing. Are you hot micing or were you? Because we can't hear you.
No,
Oh, there we go. We can.
I was
hear you
just
now.
on a speaker. Yeah, y'all's obfuscation skills are amazing, bro. I give it to you. I give the props to y'all. Y'all win hands down to the
Are you talking
obfuscation.
about
to the guy,
Are you talking about Bev or us or me?
What do you mean by globe? What globe are you talking about, Bev?
Says the guy, it's not curved and it's not flat. It's obfuscation.
No,
I
I
don't know
didn't
if
say
you've-
it wasn't flat. I said you can call it flat.
Raqia,
Definitely not curving underneath the horizontal.
Raqia, I don't know if you've
Conversation
talked to Bev or like
This
in text.
conversation needs
but
more fake giggles.
Was
by
that
way.
the guy
Yeah.
giggling? Was that
a
the
lot of
giggler?
times a lot of
You ever
times
met an
he-
intelligent giggler in a conversation?
Raqia, I'm talking right now.
The G
Raqia.
stands for
we
giggler.
gotta
Wesley
defeat him
giggler.
with the giggler.
You ever
Okay,
met
so-
you ever met one, Bev?
All right, Raqia, don't overtalk. So if you've talked to Bev in these arenas, as he says, a lot of times he'll say globe and then he'll put it in single quotes and surrounded by double quotes. So it is
Yeah.
worth getting him to be really specific when he talks about globe. If he's talking about like globe with single quotes around it,
That's what you were trying to do.
single and double quotes around it.
That's what you were trying to do. You had no clue what globe he was talking about in context of the conversation. You're just showing your
No.
ignorance, or you're just trying to obfuscate.
No, he in my opinion, he obfuscates the word globe. So I was trying to get him to be specific about what he means by it. Like,
Right.
you've never seen him do that?
Some
I'm sure
people
you
say
did.
it's
I trust you, bro.
non-geometric. Globe.
Send in the giggler.
Input giggler.
You hear Raqia just laughed?
Yeah, he laughed. He didn't giggle. That's the difference.
Did I laugh?
Yeah, he had a manly,
Might have been my mic.
masculine,
It
a
might have
manly,
been your
masculine man.
Yeah, your
laugh.
mic made a laughing sound, Raqia. That's that way to
It was
blame the
buttery.
mic.
It was like a buttery smooth.
Yeah, it's like a
It
buttery.
was a
It's like a
laugh, it wasn't a
buttery. It's
giggle.
like a buttery lobster on your boat in the morning.
I need to
you know?
get a very specific
In
definition
first
of giggle
class.
from y'all
first
before
class
we move
only.
on.
Yeah.
Was it in double quotes or single quotes? What
It's
morons?
horizontal.
Like, who are we dealing with?
It's
Triple.
horizontal, but not flat. It's horizontal,
What's
but
parallel? What do you call a
Because-
line underneath a horizontal line that's parallel? What do you call that, sir?
I don't
Put it
know
in
what is
double quotes for me.
horizontal. What is horizontal?
Put it
Subhorizontal.
in
know
double
that word.
quotes for me so we know what you're talking about in context. You know, the line, the surface of water underneath a horizontal line, theoretically, right? If that theoretically happened, what would you call the surface, sir? Put it in double quotes for me. Go ahead.
To be fair, though, I bet you if Wesley giggled
Not
like
gonna
that
answer.
in first class, I'll bet they'd send him back to coach.
Not going to answer, huh? Not
But
going
why
to
do you
answer.
expect answers when
Nobody
you can't
giggled
even
at that
answer
thing.
what the fuck flat means? You're like, oh, I'm gonna press you on this question. You don't even answer questions,
Not
bro.
pressing you on flat, sir, and I'll ask you as whatever
I
you
pressed
are.
you on flat and you ran away from it. And now
No,
you're
I
pressing
didn't.
them on
No,
I
flat.
heard
I
that.
didn't
I
run
heard
away.
that.
What are you on
I'm here,
about?
sir. How can I run
What are
away
you on
from
about
flat?
with your double speak?
Because he's
Didn't
on with
double
Bev, and
speak.
so now he has to adopt the
Surface
person
of
who's not
water
saying
underneath
anything
the
Bev says.
horizontal plane being parallel to that horizontal plane. You can call it flat. You can call it horizontal. You can call it a plane. You can call it whatever the hell you want. That's what I say. Now, what do you call it? Press me.
Oh, whatever the
F
hell
you,
you
man.
want.
Can't
Whatever the
press
hell you
me,
want.
man.
I'll just
Can't press
non-answer
me,
too.
bro. I
I'll
know water
non-answer the
fluid.
same way you non-answer. And then I'll
Oh,
double
you're not. I
speak in
just
2 minutes.
answered it, sir. I just answered it. You look
Yeah,
ignorant.
and my answer is the same. Call it whatever you want. We don't need definitions.
Okay.
We don't need words. You can just refer to it any way you wish.
Or you can call it a horizontal plane. You can call it parallel to the horizontal above it. You can call it a plane. You can call it flat. Whatever you want to
Yeah.
call it.
Yeah,
Doesn't
call
matter,
it whatever
right?
you
I
want.
agree with you.
But whatever you
Yet
call
it's
it is
not
gonna
curving underneath the horizontal is the point.
whatever
it
you
was,
call it is
You would
gonna
have
have
to call it
entailments.
something else, as you spoke right through my obvious rant.
I call it.
Whatever you
I call it globe.
call it is gonna have entailments. Those words you use have meanings and entail specific things when we're speaking shapes. You run
Sure.
away from speaking
I didn't run
those
away. That's a
specific
lie.
shapes.
Flat, not curving.
right.
Shit. How is that not?
All right,
How's
then
that
it's
running away?
Then
Parallel
it's
to
flat.
horizontal.
So you measured it flat.
Horizontal, flat, not curving. What the hell are you talking about? Runaway.
Whoa,
All right,
Not a
so
shame.
so you're measuring it flat? Is that what you're telling me?
What if you want to call it that? Parallel, horizontal.
No, I'm
not
asking what
curving.
you call it. Don't flip it
I
back
just
on me. What
called
I
it
want to call
5
it.
different things, sir. Did you
Yeah,
hear
you called
either
it
one of them?
flat, and then I asked
Why
you
do
a
you
simple
why
question.
are you so why do you want to why do you want me to say flat? Go
You
ahead
don't like
and
being
say
impressed.
what
You don't like being
difference
impressed,
does
do
it
you?
make if I call it flat? Let's just say I call it flat. I don't call it anything else. Forget about everything else I just said. Don't worry about parallel to the horizontal.
Stop building an
Don't
out.
worry about a plane.
Stop building an out.
Let's just imagine in fantasy world that I just said flat. Now what? Your turn.
Stop building an out so you can
Your
answer a
turn.
simple question.
Your turn.
You just spent like a minute building an escape
cares?
route for yourself to
forward.
run away from what you're saying.
Yeah, you're just obfuscating now, and you're not
He is
answering.
just
No, that's
flipping.
literally
One
what I'm
little
calling
question.
you on, and you're
What's the
projecting it
difference?
onto me.
What's
Yeah.
the difference? Question to you.
Entailment,
Rigor is right. Rigor's
definitions,
correct.
meaning of words. What
Okay,
you
what's
say
your
has
definition?
entailment.
There's many different definitions, obviously, to flat. What's yours? Not curving is
I've
mine.
asked you that question multiple times.
I just answered it like 5 times. Not curving. Do you hear? Now the
All
question
right,
back
then
to you
why
is,
did you
what
say
is your
earlier you have not
definition, sir?
measured it flat?
Listen to this guy. This is the obvious. What is this?
Stop clipping, Raqia. Stop
Yes,
clipping, Raqia.
simple question right back at you. What do you call it since I've answered it?
I'll call it whatever you call it.
Okay, so not
I'll
curving.
go
You
along with your
agree?
definition. So now I'm going to ask you, why did you say earlier you never measured it flat? And now you're telling me you measured it flat.
Well, under your definition that you pressed me
No, I
on,
said your definitions. I'll go
I
along
just
with them.
said under the definition you pressed me on,
Double speak.
you
Double
don't
speak
listen.
right there.
You don't listen.
I did not force a definition onto you. I asked for clarity on your
I said 3
definition.
other definitions. You didn't accept one of them. So
I said whatever you want to call it.
So then I said,
you
as you clipped
explained
me
it.
again, so then I said, well, then we'll just forget everything else I said and we'll go by the one you want to press me on, flat. So now in this fantasy theoretical world that I say flat, and now you're saying, see,
Fantasy?
double speak. You're an idiot.
Fantasy? What is
You're an
fantasy
idiot.
world did you go out and measure shit in? We're
You're
talking
an
about
idiot.
reality, what you did in reality.
I did in reality.
And I say,
measured
okay,
a
what do you
horizontal
call flat?
plane.
What do you mean by
I
flat?
measured
You
a
tell me what you mean.
horizontal plane.
And then I say,
under-
well, that's a contradiction.
No,
And
I
you're
said
like,
not
no,
curving.
no, it's not.
You're just
Yeah, but
weird,
then you told
dude.
me
What
earlier
is
you
the
measured
point of all this?
curve. And you
What is
told
the point?
see, because you're saying two things. You're saying I've never
No, I'm
measured
not.
curvature. I've never measured flat.
I've
And then
never
when you
measured
talk about what
water
you
to
did,
curve.
you end up telling me you measured flat and you measured curvature.
I measured the surface of water not to curve underneath a horizontal. What is that? Is that flat? If so, that's what I did. You can do it too. Or you can
All right,
argue.
and what about the land?
Or you can
Have you
argue
ever
and
got
press
that same
someone
result with the
so much
land?
and clip them so bad every time they talk that they get so aggravated. You just book them in
Oh,
and
you
move
clip
on
me
and
too,
never do anything
motherfucker.
yourself. What have you
You've
ever
been
done
clipping me
physically?
too.
Yeah, right. What have you ever done? Have you ever
Raqia,
tried this?
you're
And if
clipping
you
worse
did,
than
what would
you're
you
clipping
call it?
worse than Rigor right now. Raqia,
I
you're
will
clipping
take
worse
that
than
bet.
Rigor.
Is he?
I'll
I gotta
take that
up my
bet.
Now
game.
you're clipping me. He just clips through everybody. Clips through Riggs, Rigor. No
I'll
self-control.
take the bet that you just said I clipped more than Rigor during our conversation. Bet it. Go get the transcripts.
Stop diverting away from the point.
Not diverting.
Point is you're double speaking.
Not, no.
You can't
I
address
got on saying flat, and then you go, oh, you're double speaking because you said you didn't measure it flat or you don't measure it flat when I said measuring underneath a horizontal plane and getting parallel surfaces under that, as in water. You can call it whatever you want. Sometimes I do call it flat. It's not double speak. It's
So
just in
sometimes you measure
context.
it flat and other times you
Oh
don't.
my God. Flat
It's like
being not
almond joy.
curving in that context, yes.
Got him.
Got him. You didn't listen to the rest. You just booked the win. Listen at
These
him.
nuts.
Yeah, right. Well, tell him what he won,
Hey,
Bob.
Raqia.
Low life,
Hey,
no
Raqia.
life.
Hey, Raqia.
You're done.
Have you ever
Yep.
measured ligma before?
What's ligma?
Lick me these nuts, nigga.
Yeah.
You messed
How
up.
old are y'all?
It was almost perfect.
Morty,
Y'all are just all
you're an
trolls.
idiot.
I'm
Morty,
figuring
that
out.
was
Like,
terrible.
everybody
That-
comes
you
here just to
completely
troll.
butchered it.
Sorry, Raqia, in your line of work, do you ever use a dick for?
Yeah, keep trolling, asshole. Just weirdos, bro. Y'all are weird.
What's a? Oh, never mind.
It's their first day back to class, man. They're just
It's
getting it
weird,
out.
bro. This is just strange world we live in. Grown men.
You know what's messed up,
Okay.
man, is like this is kind of how it is everywhere now. This is how, like how people are. It's like idiocracy.
It's not how
Okay.
people are in real life. It's not.
But in defense,
Well, I mean, I see them, man.
Bev
They're
did
a bunch of weird dude. My neighbor's fucking weird.
It's how people are on Discord. They grow some type of uncertainty about who they are and these bigger balls than what they actually have. Like it's weird, bro.
That's
It's like,
projection.
yeah, I do have small balls. And what? And
The arena has
I got 3
cultivated
kids.
this whole thing, right?
What,
This
Beth?
arena
the whole. Well,
has
here's the thing. Here's the
cultivated
thing.
this whole thing that you guys think is, well, a debate, but there's no argument. Nobody
Right.
makes arguments. Nobody gives a shit about anything. You just go around and around asking each other for definitions. Like that
Yep.
shit that I heard you just doing then with Raqia. I heard that fucking 3 or 4 years. 3 or 4 years ago. No different.
I've done this with you,
must have
Bev.
done it
I did the
1,000
same shit
fucking
with you.
times.
Yeah, I
And
know.
it took
Same
like
shit.
hours.
Same
It's precious
immature
It
to
took
have
hours
Bev.
to
manic
get
crap.
anything, and you still
Yes,
like you and Elda haven't figured out. You know not to answer the flat question, not to define.
They don't
know
wanna hear your
it's low.
bullshit.
Like you and
Raqia made
Elda
the
will
mistake.
you'll never clarify what you mean by flat. You'll
'Cause they don't
refer
wanna hear
to
your
objects
bullshit,
out in the
maniacal
distance.
argument.
You refer to all kinds of shit, but you know better. So if you're gonna train this guy, you got to train him properly.
Dude,
or
no
he's gonna
one's
get
training
crushed.
anyone, you ignorant fool.
100% agree with Rigger.
Yeah, Rigger's
Oh,
right
what-
on. He's got to
Ye-
learn this training. Just go to Bev's channel and you'll learn, Raqia.
Oh my god. Y'all are just trolls, dude. Y'all are just
Can't
exposing
answer. You
yourself.
cannot define flat when you take Bev's position. It's
I
all there
don't
is
have
to it.
to.
The
It's not
second-
about
The
Bez's
second you
position.
define it, your entire position collapses.
How's that Bez's position? I was
You
just
took it.
speaking.
You said the way you said Earth isn't flat because we asked.
I
you,
don't
is Earth
believe Earth is
And you
flat. I
said-
can measure it not to be flat.
All right, here we
It's
go.
sloping.
We'll loop it again.
Also, not to be. It's Pyramid Earth, guys. He's come up with it. Pyramid Earth.
It's not curving either. It's sloping mostly. Like a flat
The
plane.
water,
Is
the
that
ground
is
along
that
the ground
I
along
bet
the lake.
I bet Raqia
Hold on.
is so mathematically challenged. He doesn't
This
even
is gonna be
know.
funny.
Yeah.
He
As
doesn't.
I've
He
been
doesn't
beating
even know. He doesn't
Globers
even
at
know
a
what
math
comes
game
after.
all week to the tune of
Okay,
about
all right, Mr. Mathematician. What comes after 6, 6?
8, 7, 4.5.
Wait, what? I said after 6.
Wait, what?
6.
Huh? What? I didn't understand your answer. Shut the hell up.
I said after 6, 6, bro. What comes after 6, 6?
Nothing. 0. Nothing
It's
comes
eight.
after 6, 6.
Did you guys see that video where the dude
All right, I rest my
Nice
takes
case.
try.
3 AIs and tries to get them to count to 100, and they the fucking 3 AIs bloviate so much they can't even accomplish it?
It's impossible.
Raqia, so if you measured water on the edge of a lake, do
Yeah.
you think that water would slope? You measured that water to slope?
On the edge of a lake. If it's flowing,
Yeah,
is
at the
that
water
what you
line.
mean?
No, a lake, the water line of a lake at rest.
If it's at rest, no meniscus or whatever y'all capillary action, yeah, it's gonna be parallel to a horizontal that you would put above it to measure it in the first place.
Well, you said you measured Earth sloped. So how much slope would that have?
On water, none. If it's not flowing. If it's flowing, it's
Okay.
gonna have some slope. Rise over run from a horizontal.
Okay, so you didn't measure Earth as being sloped.
No, I measure Earth, the land. Jesus, bro. I mean, seriously?
Water line, the land at the water's edge is land, right?
Yeah, the banks
The
Yeah,
bank,
the
yes.
banks can often have undulations or hills or elevation changes, and you can measure that from the water. Yeah, the water is your horizontal plane, and you can measure the beach to go up and down, whatever. Yeah,
I'm not saying go up on the beach. I'm saying if you measure
Oh.
land right along the
Yeah.
shoreline, right where the water
Yeah.
meets the land, that because earlier you said you don't measure
Yeah,
Earth
some
flat.
going to
you
be
measure
higher
it
and
sloped.
lower. Yeah, if the horizontal plane of the water line is your benchmark, the land that contains that water is going to be higher and lower from that benchmark. That's elevation change from a benchmark.
Right.
But if the
Right
water
at
is
the-
flowing, if the water is flowing in one direction, you can bet your sweet ass the direction.
I'm not talking about you cut out, but I'm not talking about flowing water. I'm talking about stationary water measuring right at the shoreline where the water meets the land.
I think he ate his mic.
The mic gave up the ghost.
He literally.
What's weird is I feel
spirit.
like he accuses us of double speaking, but I've heard him say that he did a thing where he measured along the shoreline and he measured Earth to be flat. So then when he comes on here and says, "Oh, I don't measure Earth to be flat," that sounds like a direct contradiction of what he said in the past.
My hypothesis is because
Raqia?
Elder's here.
Raqia? You there?
No. I
Well,
think
I
he
was gonna
does
ask
that
him what-
because Elder is in the room. But yeah, go ahead.
Okay, well, Elder will work too. Elder, you there? Elder.
Sorry, Bev.
Elder there?
Bev might be there.
Oh, we've got more nonsense to talk about. What are you doing?
Yeah. What do you think about John Pork? I just posted an image in the chat. Can you just give me your honest reaction?
John who?
John Pork. Just check the chat, bro.
I know him.
The-
Should I know him?
Yeah, John Pork is calling. Collect call from John Pork. Will you accept the charges?
Just like playground stuff.
I mean, relative to your age, I think yes. I think we've revealed that you're
UFC
both like
fighter, right?
you're like.
He's just filling in the dead air. If you guys had a topic, probably wouldn't have to do that.
This is true.
Let's talk about food, baby. Let's talk about you and not me.
Hey, what's up, RG? Big man.
Good things and the bad
Hello.
things.
Hello. Everyone doing good today?
RG. Are you in exile from Sovs now at RG?
What
From
happened
who?
at Sovs?
Oh, I think
I've
they
not
fell
seen
out.
Sov for a while. Oh man.
You said what happened with Saul?
Are you not
Oh, I
on
thought
good
you
terms
fell
with
out. I
Sov
thought he
anymore?
told you to shut the fuck up and get out. Oh, come on,
Yeah,
we got that bullshit.
Yeah. Because he, I don't know, because he didn't like what I was speaking of, I guess, or I didn't know what I was talking about. Maybe I always get accused of, when I start making sense to myself. Anyway, he says that I guess I've been going to TikTok to get my information, and I'm like, bro, I don't even watch fucking TikTok like that. Like it's rare.
Or, you know what I noticed, RG? I mean, like straight up. I mean, love you, bro. But I think the second half of the day, something happens with your blood sugar or something. You start talking a little strange. Like if we catch you like early in the morning or afternoon, you're making a lot of sense. Making good points, good combo, and then just something starts trailing off, man. I mean, I think that's maybe what some people judge you about.
Yeah, I mean, I could honestly admit, yeah, I do get here lately, really in the past like 6 months, just my whole body gets really weak, and like sometimes I'm not.
Well, I hope you're
I'm
doing
not the
okay.
best conversationalist. Yeah. Well, it's my body, man. It's really, really messing with me, dude. Being a quite this long in infection and just like fighting UTIs and like blood, or not blood, but like pressure wounds and stuff. Yeah, it gets pretty tough on me sometimes. But
Yeah, Bear was sharing some of the stuff that he deals with, and I can't imagine what you're dealing with. So I'm sorry.
Yeah,
You fell
forgive me,
through
man,
that.
if I talk out of my head sometimes. Yeah, I appreciate that.
Just keeping it real with you.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that because yeah, if I don't, people aren't honest with me, like I don't know when sometimes being certain people, especially like how to conversate the best. But yeah, it's just better if people know. Yeah, I'm not doing
Now,
too good
this
with.
is some beautiful constructive criticism going on right here. A very receptive individual, a calm individual. Isn't that delightful, chat?
Yeah, thank you.
Well,
For that.
the people who go through the
Doing by a
most,
woman.
they are able to
Yes.
withstand the storm, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like, I think, I forget but his name, Jeremy or Gio. Like, I guess they just, I don't know. Like, last time I was on their channel, it was a bunch of people talking about like satellites and stuff, and I thought I was giving good advice or, asking the right questions, but, you know, it's all good, man. They kind of locked me out of the voice chat over there. But yeah, I just wanted to stop in and say what's up, man. And I know I just heard y'all talking about like a topic. Like, y'all have anything specific y'all like to talk about?
We were just shooting the shit, bro. Nathan Oakley came in this morning. Eggshells is going to do his show in a couple hours. We're just kind of like hanging out, killing time. So if you got
Gotcha.
something, you can bring it up. That's cool. We got a few hours to kill.
Or
if anybody wants to debate, that's cool.
Y'all, I don't think I can debate at the moment, but I did want to say I was looking at a movie yesterday called Geostorm. Have y'all ever heard of that one? Something to do like where the future, or it's based in the future, I guess, near future, and it's about these big networks of satellites. Now, mind you, the movie was, I think, made in the mid 20 teens, like 2014, maybe 15. And
Well, what's
it's
it
based on
called?
like
What's it called?
Geostorm.
Geostorm. I think I've heard of it, but I'm not a big movie buff anymore, though. Somebody else is going to have to get in on that.
I've seen it.
Yeah,
I've seen it.
you've seen it.
It's the
Okay.
one they go up. There's like a satellite that can turn into a weapon and fry the Earth, and then it's like a big fucking dramatic thing.
Yeah, it's like a net. It's like like what Elon Musk is trying right now, like this network of interconnected nodes, and there's these bigger satellites that are connected to it, where they can actually do stuff to the weather, right? And so I just started looking into it on, looking at different things with AI and just seeing what I could come up with. And the scenario is, how could you get, if you had a network like that, if they all went off at once, basically it would just cause a worldwide storm system, instead of like little storms here and there that we know they have technology to manipulate, right?
Actually, there's a video I want to share with you. It's not precisely this thing you're talking about. Let me find it real quick. But it's similar. It's basically it's the idea that this whole like Starlink array is it's actually a secret radar scanning system.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking
Yeah,
for
man.
that video right now. Oh, here it is. I found it.
I'm gonna post something there too in the chat. But if you wanted to go ahead with that or say anything about that, I'll get you or try to go after you.
Yeah, I'm putting it in the chat right now. I'll tag you, RG.
Okay. All
There you
right.
go. Yeah, it's a couple hours. Check it out. See what you think. Incorporate it. It's a technical video too. It's not like some TikTok shit. It's like a 2-hour breakdown.
Okay. Right on.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find this little paper here for y'all, and I'd like to know if I could do a deep dive on stock trading. Now that was on stocks. What I was doing there. geomagnetic storms explained. So basically, what they were talking about here in this thing I'm going to share with y'all. How could they use what's already existing and what they do test with already in like the magnetosphere or ionosphere? And that, you know, HARP, we know that's a big one, but there's quite a few other places like HARP already
Yeah.
built around the world.
No, HARP isn't even the only one. It's the one they made like 4 decades ago. You know, they've got probably hundreds of these things all over the place.
Yeah, I went
In
found
every
it.
country.
They didn't give me. So they didn't give an exact number, but then I was asking about also like these particle colliders, and there's actually quite a few of those around the world. And in this information, I'm about to tag you guys in it. What it does is it lists certain sites, but then it also leaves it links the source from where the information came from. So that way, it's not just like people, you know, criticize and to be like, "Oh, that's just AI. That ain't true." But you said
drop
like it. Yep. So I was just piecing it together, like with the movie and like what's the movie versus reality is basically what this is about. And I was doing a comparison, but yeah. Okay, let me.
Cool. Thank you.
Copy. Yeah, you're welcome. Copy this link for
Hey,
y'all.
good morning, Eden. Good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well.
Oh, wow. Good day, Riggs, and good day to everyone. I hope you're also doing well.
Yeah, dude, it was a late night, man. We were up till like, geez, sun was coming up.
Yeah. This is the place to be for that.
Yeah. And then 2 hours later, Nathan Oakley was here, and I had to get up and get all that situated.
Oh, wow.
Got a
He was just
lovely
on
2
your
hours
Today's
sleep.
channel.
Thank the Lord for the 2 hours sleep. Love that shit.
Yes. 2 almost looks like 7. Just backwards.
It's all the same. It's all the same now. 2 hours, whatever. That's normal.
Yeah. I was just thinking maybe we can all have a group call. I was thinking for an idea to keep us busy for 20 minutes or 30 minutes. Someone here, maybe we could pull Sticks or someone, if they're brave enough. We can do a voice call. We can call the CIA, or we can call the NSA, National Security Agency.
I'm on board. Let's do it.
On a group phone call, we'll ask to speak to whoever's in charge of public relations, and then we can start asking them questions why they're potentially lying about the flat Earth, live on Discord. Does anyone want to volunteer?
Yeah, somebody can call from their phone, not mine.
Dude, I actually wouldn't even mind if like we called from my phone. It sounds like pretty harmless endeavor.
Yeah. What can they do? We're just gonna ask them some questions. Sometimes maybe a little tough questions, but that's what maybe the public relations position is for. I think that would be pretty fun, but
I'd offer, but I'd get deported, and that's a big deal for me. Nope.
okay, let's not do
That's
that.
a double win.
So who are we calling, Eden? Who were you mentioning?
We could start with probably the National Security Agency, the NSA, or we can go directly to the intelligence community and ask them why are they giving us false intelligence, potentially. Maybe ask if they know any flat earthers, that sort of thing. Maybe if they want to become a flat earther today.
You can join the club for free today.
Yeah. We could call the White House. Someone's there by the phone, I'm sure. Just waiting for a phone call.
Did you catch what we were talking about, Eden, about the weather manipulation stuff and that movie? It's called Geostorm. It was made a few years ago. I didn't know if you caught that part.
What are your thoughts?
Yeah, let me see if it came through. Do you mind, Riggs, if we talk a little bit about it?
Huh? Wait.
I was saying.
You're asking me for permission to do what?
I was saying, is it okay if we talk about the Geostorm stuff and the technology that and locations where these where it could be
I mean,
possible.
as long as it's not gobbledygook, man. No offense. Some of the stuff that we come across is just like clickbait stuff. But if you have things to show and talk about, yeah, go for it.
Yeah, it's just reading basically. It wasn't. I didn't want to. I mean, I did drop the link though. It's it's a AI, Google AI stuff. But I I just start asking it questions and trying to see if I can narrow down like pin down the that the weather manipulation on a larger scale than what we've been seeing could create like a super El Nino, that kind of technology. Let's see, I'm just looking
Super
through.
El Nino.
Yeah, it talks about right off the bat it'll tell you that's not possible. It doesn't, and then it'll give you the the normal explanation like solar
Here, I
flare.
got a better idea. How about this? I know you. So Jen likes to come on here and do his presentation, if you know what I'm talking about. And I noticed that you sometimes like to do a similar type of thing. Maybe in the group setting, because that's what this channel's for. Maybe you could try to engage with somebody about a topic. That way, it's a back and forth. It's like a group thing instead of you just showing something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. You say in the group setting?
Yeah, just pick a topic with somebody. Try to engage with somebody in a convo.
Absolutely. Is anyone interested in that? Like where, how the auroras came way, way down into the States not too long ago? And they were making it out to be like the sun was doing it. It kind of goes into that as well, like a reason why they could be synthetic. They could be made to do that. And it kind of goes into how I'm just skimming through this. Y'all can go ahead and talk. I'm just looking for the best parts.
Right.
Let me mute up for a
Well,
second.
I've been shilling hard for eggshells today. Hopefully, some of you can show up. Hey, man,
Good one.
it just is
It's
what it
mountain
is.
time though, right? Like I've got to feed my in-laws, man. How long does it last? Let's put it that way.
I don't know, like 3 or 4 hours.
Oh, okay. I'll make it for like the tail end then. Sounds good.
Okay.
Gracias.
Yeah. What'd you say, Brad? I heard you get in.
Yeah, I said if it was any longer than that, you could probably call your physician.
Anyone else understand that? What he said?
Oh no, sorry, Brad. Can you try again, please?
Your audio is real crap, Brad. I'm sorry.
The solar storm got me.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, so Lisa Chode, I just recommend for anybody who shows up, maybe have like at least one topic they'd be willing to discuss or defend or whatever. Just one. Just a recommendation.
Should they be silly or does it should be like
Sure.
should we debate,
You
like best
decide.
nail polish
You
colors?
decide.
Okay.
Well, I mean that's probably not realistic, but like you decide, and somebody might defend, or you know what I mean. So
Sure. Yep.
yeah. Hey, either somebody starts talking, or we're gonna have Steve talk.
You will regret that.
He will shove the science down your throat. I promise.
Steve likes to yell at me, but I don't have time right now, unfortunately.
I don't like to yell at her. Only when you don't make sense.
Yeah, but that's like every 5 minutes, bro.
Yeah, okay. I'm getting used to you.
Oh no, I meant that as an insult to me, not you. Sorry. Like, yeah.
She's trying to get all
Anyway,
nested up.
are we all ready for Halloween? You guys got your costumes all sewn up? Got your candy?
No.
Oh yeah. Exciting
Yeah.
times ahead.
I stopped celebrating Halloween.
Who?
I just stopped a long time ago.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I don't dress up or nothing.
Do you at least give the children the candy?
No.
The fuck, man? That's a dismal ass life. You know how fucking exciting it is for those little fuckers to like prance around in their little bumblebee costumes and get sugar faced?
Yeah, I do. When I was like I think I was like 9 or 10 years old, I went around in blackface. About like
Whoa! Why are you telling me that?
I'm just hear me out. So I went around in blackface. I painted my whole body black, and then I got in the Michael Jordan jersey, and I went around the neighborhood bouncing the basketball.
That's hilarious.
It was. I mean,
could imagine
and
the
like
re-
where I live, it's all Mexicans, so like no one cared.
Right. It's funny.
It's good.
I do have my costume though for this year. I'm gonna play a crippled guy in a wheelchair. And I'm gonna roll around, and I'm probably gonna hit a few curbs and like sling myself out of the chair, and then just like yell for help. It'd be like screaming. That'd be like screaming wolf. No one would come over and pick my ass up. I would just lay there. Just throw me some candy.
I've been
And
laughing at
when
these
is
like
that?
little
August,
skits
September,
that oh sorry.
that's 2 months away. It's 2 months away. Why are you asking about that?
Because it's exciting. I've got a whole countdown thingy on the wall that I hang up. Count down the days.
She said
I
countdown thing.
seriously think that you guys are missing a lot of magical things in your life. Just lighten up. Give the children the candy. This has been a PSA from Joe.
You're pretty funny.
Maybe one day the flat Earth costume will be the most popular Halloween outfit.
Yeah, what is
That
the
would be
flat
so
Earth
wild to go
costume?
as a flat Earth.
Yeah.
I'd be like, how the fuck would you get in the door? I mean, it'd probably, well, maybe it could be really small, like a hula hoop.
You can bring a globe
Uh-huh.
around with you with a big X on it. Maybe some pamphlets.
Yeah. Like globe Earth kills, like a poison sign on it.
Oh wow.
So is anyone interested in refuting this information I was going to read to y'all? Because if so, that would be fun.
You got to have, yeah, dude. You got to get the group involved, otherwise, it's probably not a no-go.
Right. That's what I was asking. It's fine. It's cool.
Okay. No, it's just good advice, yeah, because a lot of people don't.
Yeah.
It's not always obvious to people.
Yeah.
It is considered polite table manners to always discuss a topic that everybody can talk about, because it is rude if only 2 people can have a conversation about something if there's like 40 people.
Yeah, well, I got a question for Giggles here. Actually, I'd love to know more about the onset of Giggles here, because he just kind of popped out of nowhere about 2 years ago, maybe less, maybe a year and a half.
Oh, it was November. I came on Discord for the first time.
No, November. Oh wow. Oh, that's right. I think we discussed that.
Mm-hmm.
So, when did you actually prove that the Earth was a globe? When did you do that?
When did I do it myself?
Yeah, I mean, like you lived your whole life, you're thinking it's a globe, but then one day you're just like, ha, flat earthers, giggle, giggle, giggle. But you never actually proved the globe, so it seems like a leap.
To myself, yeah, I did, but not
How'd you
for
do
flat
that?
earthers. I haven't done it for flat earthers though.
Well, how did you do that, and when did you do that?
So in physics class, both in high school and in college, we did a couple experiments that proved it, and then seeing pictures from outer space further help me uh, prove it to myself. It just adds more to the certainty of it.
Well, hold on. When you were in physics class, you set out to think, oh, okay, how do I prove that this is a globe,
Nope.
or you just did some experiment?
No, it just gave me reason to believe what I believed, right? It gave me evidence to believe what I believed already.
Mhm.
So it
Yeah,
just it
that's kind of
wasn't
hard
a
though.
proof of anything. It was just a reification. Is what you're saying.
Oh no. Evidence is not reification, right? Like reification would be
But you already
explaining.
believed it was a globe before you saw whatever you saw, right? You just reified your current belief.
Yeah, I guess that's how a lot of things we do. We're told what they are to begin with, and then we figure out either why it's true or why it's not true to be able to explain it to ourselves, right? That's how most things happen in the world.
Can I ask
Well,
what experiment you did, if you don't mind?
yeah, go for it.
Yeah, sure. In school, we did the gravity drop, right? Changing the math and stuff like that. So the other ones, we did the Eratosthenes experiment with other schools around the globe. So
Huh.
Do you
But
find
like,
those to be exclusive?
not on their own, but all together, yes.
so
So
when you did the
correlated.
gravity drop, could you how far up was the drop? Like the item that you dropped?
20 feet. Come on, let's cross the
Hmm.
street. No, Jamie, come here with me. Oh, okay, come on.
Oh,
Oops, sorry about that. Oh, sorry. What was the question? It was about 20 feet.
Oh, do you mind? Like, if so, could you calculate that? Like, let's just say 20 feet. Could you scale that up for us and use like a math equation? Like, let's just say you went to 20,000 feet, right? Just add a few zeros to that too, right? 20. So, and then you dropped it from that height. Could you calculate that? For one, is the atmosphere being drug along with the spin of the Earth, or like that would be one question. But then the other would be,
No, in that case, it
what?
wouldn't matter if the atmosphere is being drugged because you're just dropping it straight down, right? So the atmosphere
Well,
really has nothing to do with it at that point.
well, the rotation is what I'm saying. The rotation of the Earth. You would have to be able to calculate that at a scale, because 20
No,
feet is nothing,
no,
right?
no, you don't have to. That's what's cool about it, right? Because it's
So it
all,
would fall in the same place from
yep,
20,000
and
feet.
then sure, yeah.
So that tells me it's stationary.
No, it's inertia, right? Did you learn about inertia in science class? When you put something in motion, it will
No,
stay in motion. That's what inertia is, or
well, I get the
momentum.
drop. I get the drop part, but the spin of the Earth, if it doesn't matter about the atmosphere, then at 20,000 feet, there would be the hammer would land in a different place, right?
No, except for the wind. The wind wouldn't matter, but the atmosphere is moving with the Earth, right? You get that, right?
Well, that's what I just asked you. You said it doesn't matter.
Yes, it doesn't matter because it's moving with the Earth, so it's moving at the same speed, so it won't change.
Okay, I mean I'm just curious, like how that would
You
work.
don't you don't
You know,
understand that, right?
no, I'm saying
So,
when something's in motion,
yep.
yeah, it would obviously fall somewhere else.
No, you've never dropped something out of your truck or out of your car, and it goes
I,
forward with you when you drop it.
well, that's not the same thing.
It is
It's
exactly the
20,000
same
feet.
thing. It's exactly
Okay.
the same thing.
Okay.
When you drop something in a plane, it goes straight down from your perspective, but it doesn't go in a different direction, like straight down, exactly straight down from the Earth's perspective. It goes forward with how fast you're moving forward. It's just the concept of inertia and momentum.
Mm-hmm. Okie doke. That's your answer. Cool.
What would
Why?
happen in a car if you're using the car or plane as analogous to the Earth? If the Earth wasn't moving and you drop something, would it also drop straight down?
No, it would conserve momentum. So if your car is moving forward, the ball would move forward as well.
Well, yeah, but
I mean,
yeah, you're saying the car is analogous to the Earth, right? The Earth is moving, car is moving.
Yep.
Okay, if the car isn't moving, i.e., the Earth, and you drop the same ball, would it also just land in the same spot, drop straight down?
Correct, except for wind, like we talked about before. Yeah.
Okay, leaving out the winds, it would drop in the same spot. So how do you know again if the Earth is moving or the car is moving?
Have you been listening to this conversation? It's obvious you haven't, because that wasn't the point.
Yeah, but I'm making a new point. Are you listening?
Yes, then I would say it absolutely has nothing to do. Why did you assume it would? Oh my gosh.
What? No, I'm asking how you
You're so
how you
slow,
know.
dude.
Yeah, I'm slow. You're just insulting. It means you're
Yes, you're
losing,
asking. Yeah, you're asking a
giggling, and
completely different
insulting.
question. Yeah, you're
How do you
asking a
know the Earth
completely
is
different
moving?
question. Pendulums. Foucault
Well,
pendulum.
you disagree with Brian Cox?
That's a very good point. I would say we know it's accelerating, right? We know it's rotating. My bad, rotating. So I apologize. Do you know
No.
what the Brian Cox? I agree exactly with your little meme that you post about Brian Cox. The fact you don't understand is kind of hilarious.
How is it hard to understand Brian Cox going, we have no way to know for sure and measure, we've never measured? It's hard to not understand
Measured
that.
what? Finish your statement there. We've never measured what?
Rotation,
Nope, that's
movement
not
of
what it
Earth.
says.
Yes, it is.
Even don't even.
Movement of Earth, Earth moving,
Yes,
Earth,
correct.
Earth
That's not
orbiting,
rotation. Yes,
Earth
no, it's
orbiting.
movement. Nope. Read your meme. You posted it 7 times and you can't restate it.
Well, it's not just the meme. You have to listen to the interview.
Yes, but what does the meme say that you post all the time?
I have no clue. It's just a meme. I know what the interview says. Never been measured.
Yes, you cannot detect movement of the Earth on Earth.
Okay, so we agree.
A movement, correct.
So you're just assuming the movement of Earth when you make the analogy with the car moving, because we know the car is moving.
No, you don't.
We can prove that, right?
How?
Are you serious? Why am I talking to someone who doesn't know if a car is moving or not?
Yeah, you don't. Only in comparison. It's all relative, right? That's the whole point of relativity,
There you
right?
go.
The car is
Oh,
moving.
mind
Yeah, you
control.
got it. Did you learn that? I'm proud of you, Raqia. Thank you.
Yeah, your voice goes up when you get caught.
Raqia, like imagine you're on an airplane, right? The airplane could be going 500 miles an hour or 200 miles an hour. How would you tell the
Yeah.
difference?
If it's going constant, you probably couldn't unless you had a reference.
There
But if
it
you're just
is.
if you're
Very good.
closed,
Got it.
listen to this guy. It's not goes up when it gets good.
You
Well, it's
got it.
not.
It
It's
is
actually.
relative.
So
Yeah,
you would
but
look for you could look in
the
the
Earth
distance
isn't doing
and
that now,
see.
is it? It's
Hold on, Raqia.
accelerating. Isn't the Earth accelerating?
So you
So
could look.
every little movement of an airplane throttling up or down can be felt.
Wrong.
That's not wrong. 100%.
I don't know, but like if you're in an airplane, you could look out and you could use parallax to see to help you determine if you're moving, and that's what we do also on Earth. We use parallax of the stars to demonstrate that we're moving.
So you disagree with Brian
Well,
Cox then?
There's no, I mean, there's no way to measure. We don't have like a device you can put on something that says this is the absolute velocity of this thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
you
just
can
an
use.
optical view. I agree with that. Now, I'll give you the optical view because that's how y'all think y'all see Earth curve. It's just an optical phenomena. Parallax is
No, that's not what Brian
another
means. That's
optical
not what
phenomena.
that's
I
not
was
what Brian
almost
means.
done, bro. It's like the
Yeah,
loser.
he's still
I
talking,
guess
Wesley.
y'all
Just give him
blamed
a
me
chance.
for a year ago hearing me clip someone.
I mean, if we want to hear you clipping, we just have to rewind like an hour. Wesley did clip you.
Anyway, what does that have to do with y'all clipping right now?
Hypocrisy. That's what it has to do with it.
So anyway, what was I saying? Does anyone
So
know?
yeah, go.
I think what you were saying was you were saying let's ignore the absolute measurement part. I think you conceded that, which is actually Brian Cox's argument. Because his argument isn't made from an like looking out and doing parallax and all that. He's talking about an absolute.
Yeah, it's just an observation. It's not a measurement. Yeah, that was my point. It's just observation. It's like not measuring Earth curve by saying you look through an optic over distance and get an optical drop, right? Which I really don't. If y'all want to move there next, I can kind of explain my view on that. I don't even get that either because why wouldn't you expect to be a distance from the surface of the Earth as you move above the surface of the Earth? Like, of course there would be over a plane and a sphere Earth. There would be a increasing distance that you're above that surface. As you go up on a sphere Earth, it would increase at a more rapid rate.
I mean, are you describing parallax right now?
No.
We're talking about stellars, like stellar parallax.
I'm describing an optical phenomena that we view by viewing things that are moving, not moving, over distance, coming towards you, going away from you, that humans aren't good at. Like human brains aren't made for that.
I know, but like, okay, a minute ago we were talking about this idea of Earth moving, and you said, "I can't believe I'm talking to somebody who can't tell if a car is moving." And the assumption is the way you're doing that is you're going to look out and use an optical measurement to determine that the car is moving.
I didn't say that.
Now what you're arguing is that optics are unreliable, and that if we relied on them, we're going to get the wrong answer.
Well, that's not what I said.
How would you tell how fast a car is moving without using optics?
What do you mean? You can measure how fast a car is moving, and you can measure point A to point B. Like there's several different ways you can know a car is moving. You agree? Observation would just be one, and I don't think it would be anywhere near the best. And that wasn't my point. That was someone else. That's why they brought up parallax.
Yeah, that was what I was asking. How can you tell if it's the difference between 20 feet and 20,000 feet? And they were mentioning about the atmosphere being drugged with it. That's why it would land in the same spot rather than parallax. They didn't bring up parallax, So that was what I was asking them.
And I think the point that was missed is whether or not you can measure movement independent of an external reference. So if you black out, if you're in an airplane, you black out all the windows, you're in good smooth air, and you're sitting there, you're like, are we still at the gate or are we flying? And they would be indistinguishable. Unless you open a window or unless you have some external, reference. It's the same thing as, waking up on a train and figuring, it's like, wow, it's like on a bullet train, where you can take a nap and have your drink sitting right there. If you're not looking out the window, you're not really moving, are you? So you need an external reference. And I think you need an external reference. And I think that's the point that was lost.
No, that's not the point that was lost.
Yeah,
that was the point that I made.
No. That's what Brian Cox's point is. You don't. That's what Brian Cox. The meme you keep posting, right?
He says you can't measure movement.
The funny thing is, Raqia agrees with the meme. He just doesn't.
Brian Cox, I don't care what the meme says that you can't measure. We've never measured. We have no way of measuring and knowing that the Earth is moving.
Without external reference.
Well, I'm not sure if that's what he says or not. I kind of
Yeah,
agree with you. With an external reference would be an optical way, right? But you can be easily fooled by that. It's kind of like when you're in
Yeah.
an airplane, you can be fooled by like if you hear the engine noise go up and down and you know you think you're increasing or decreasing speed, you don't really know. But someone could just be you could be sitting at the tarmac and someone could be playing that and fooling you, right? Like that's what I'm saying about parallax. It's just an optical phenomena that could be fooling us. And if you want to use that as proof that Earth is moving, go right ahead. But I just choose not to.
Well, there's plenty of physics of rotation that can be measured objectively without external reference.
Like what?
Like gyroscopic precession, Foucault pendulum precession, the centrifugal forces in measuring weights at different latitudes. Yeah.
Mhm. Those are the things that Brian Cox disagrees with you on. He says a pendulum precession is not a way of measuring Earth movement or rotation.
Well, it depends. It's not a good way of determining Earth's revolution, like its movement around the sun in space.
Mhm. Hey, Shoebill, while you're here, Shoebill, while you're here, I want to ask you a very simple and direct question. We probably disagree, so just be aware. When you go up in elevation and you measure a dip from the horizon, is that what you call it, a horizon dip?
I don't. The only time I use the term dip would be if you're doing a maritime sextant. You know, I just call it a vertical angle.
Whatever you
I
call
just call it a vertical angle, and the vertical angle can be 91 degrees. Well, that's 1 degree below horizontal. So you want to call that dip? Knock yourself out. I do not call it dip.
I think I'm just repeating. I don't want to put words in your mouth. That's why I asked you. Just call it whatever you know what I'm talking about. Though is what I'm trying to get at. When you measure
vertical
that
angles.
angle
Yeah,
change
vertical
from
angles.
horizontal, when you measure the angle change from horizontal in that optical view over distance, is that Earth curve?
Well, it depends. If I'm measuring a target, then the elevation of that target determined by that vertical angle. The only way to get the correct, the verified, redundant answer, yeah, absolutely. Case in point, and I bring it to the forum many times. I'm on a ridge at 1,960 feet. I'm looking out at the radio tower. That's 2,350 feet, and the vertical angle is negative. Now there is no perspective of in the flat Earth description or what you've been describing. As I move away from that tower, yes, the vertical angle would be decreasing. It would never go less than 0. And as I'm moving away from that tower, it is decreasing at 26 arc seconds greater than Pythagorean.
Well, on
So
average, right?
yes.
On average, it's doing that.
Well, the 26 arc seconds, yeah, that's not just an average. That's
Okay,
like
well, let's
near rigid.
just be clear for the audience, because me and you probably understand a little bit better. We've been talking about it for a while, but the audience needs to know that's on average. And my question still stands. You believe to the target of the horizon, let's say, if you get that negative angle from horizontal, that's what you call Earth curve, right? And I would call that just an optical phenomena. Like you're measuring how we see over distance to that target. That's where we disagree, right?
Well, again, I'm using instrumentation and measurement, and the measurements are consistent. And the 26 arc seconds is representative of the radius of the Earth, and on the average, that is reduced by 4 arc seconds per mile of refraction. And I get that, and I've been getting that for years on end.
Right, I don't doubt
So
that,
the
bro.
very long term, average.
I don't doubt that at all. And I don't doubt if I use the same equipment from the same spot, I would get relatively the same average, right? I don't deny that at all. The only place where we disagree is you think or you believe or in your mind that you're measuring Earth curve, that angle change. And I'm saying you're measuring or I would be measuring an optical phenomena, right?
Wouldn't that be compression, guys? Like if
I don't believe so. But it saying compression as an optical phenomenon, then I would agree. But I don't think it's ever just one thing. I don't think it would be perspective, right? Or compression or whatever, right? Refraction or this type of refraction. I would never, ever say that. I think it's always, especially over long distance. Once you get over, let's say, let's just put a number at 1,000 foot. Once you get over 1,000 foot, I think it's multiple things that there is no way that you can put a number to it. I don't believe, right?
hmm Yeah, I understand because that you know you have to take temperature and humidity and all that into consideration
Yeah.
as
I think
well.
different optical phenomena
Yeah.
happen at different elevations. I will agree with that. That's why we get away from the surface, because that negative angle sometimes is a positive angle, and that would be concave Earth, which is more ridiculous, I think, than anything. But that's just me personally, right? But we do get those measurements. That's why everyone is saying now, don't do that, because we get this big flux and the average isn't as good, right? So go
Mhm.
up where the phenomena is basically a drop or a dip or whatever you want to call it when you measure to the same target, which is usually the horizon or a mountaintop or whatever, whatever you want to use. You get more of a drop effect. But to me, it's just an effect. I call it an optical effect because you're viewing usually through an optic with optics long distance through a medium that causes these effects, and just so happens
Yeah.
at that altitude this average effect is going to be a drop or a dip or whatever. That's my conclusion.
Mhm.
And I think it would happen on a spherical Earth and over a flat plane. I think the degree, right, would change due to factors, and one of the factors would be if the surface was curving down or up or not curving at all, but the effect would still be there, right? So it doesn't prove or disprove
Mhm.
a plane or a sphere or
Yeah.
even concave, but it does prove that we have optical effects, at different altitudes.
Yeah. That's
Distance
a
is
good
the
point.
main thing.
And yeah, and also, are you where you're measuring to? Is it the center of your eye or your center of your lens, whatever optic
Yeah.
you're using? That it naturally kind of curves back. Your vision does, like on the peripheral. Um, so that would have a lot to do with it. And also, does anybody know if there's a lot of refractive currents in gases, like different gases? Because that might play a factor as well with the flux. Because it
I
might
would think
be
they would
okay.
have to be, right?
Oh, say it again. Sorry.
Was it someone else trying again? I will say my piece, but I would think there would have to be. I don't know it as a fact, but it seems logical that there would be,
Yeah.
because they're different
Yeah. I'm just.
densities, right? The
Yeah.
tighter the
Yeah.
particles are, all that. The gas
Mhm.
particles that combine and or that are releasing, right, and releasing in a way that would cause some type of haze or whatever, you're going to get different effects. And I think that's why altitude is a difference, right? Why you get different effects, and the common effect at altitude would be a dip, but it doesn't prove anything to me other than you're measuring that optical effect. But distance, once you get over a certain distance, man, the knowledge, like how you prove it and just being so assured and all that is a problem for me, like especially in measurement, because I've been taught all my life the shorter the measurement with in context, right, with these tools, the more accurate you're going to be.
Mhm. Yeah. 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 So that's why it's dangerous to kind of be extra sure, if you're not taking, if you're not taking, getting the same result every day or something at the same time. For instance, like if you're trying to do an analema type of project, um, I mean, there's so many factors, like you say, for each day, and then each season. I mean, you could take a picture of the same spot, but you're going to get a different result every time, you know, or close to a different result every time.
Well,
And yeah, yeah,
the 8 that it makes is yearly, right?
yeah,
Like whether you're off a little bit or not, it's still an 8. I get their points, right? I'm not ignorant. Like I used to be
Yeah.
a glober and I understand the points. And if it was a sphere, I think you would have these similar effects. However, I think you would have these effects on a flat plane also because they're caused by things that it doesn't matter if you're on a sphere or not. But
Mhm.
the surface, right? I think that's why they get further and further away from the surface. I believe is the telltale. And on top of that, water being the surface, static water is actually the most terrifying. You never hear it, right? The only people who
Mhm.
bring up static water are people who are trying to seek truth or are not quite there yet or whatever. And then
Mhm.
you hear a lot of obfuscation from that. You never have static water, but you get all the arguments. You get the giggles. You don't know what you're talking about. You're ugly.
Yeah.
Fat. What about
Yeah. And a
the
quick
meal
and
you ate last night?
yeah, and a quick response as well. That's the worst, because no one has time to think it out before answering.
Well, I've
I'm
gotten away
guilty of
from
that
here.
too sometimes.
I've gotten away from here a lot with the same conversations, right? With the same exact tone, same exact questions, same exact, response or answers on my behalf, and the
Mhm.
conversation is totally different. It's amazing. So we were in an airport yesterday or Saturday, whatever. Yeah, Saturday, and asked a pilot, if he thought the Earth, what about the flat Earth? We didn't ask him if he thought the Earth was a sphere or flat. We asked him, what about the flat Earth debate? What do you think about that debate? Because you obviously have probably heard about it, right? And he goes, oh, yeah, we hear about it all the time. Like, that's how popular it's become or dumbed down people have become, whichever way you want to see it, right? He said that he can see Earth curve from 30,000 feet from his cockpit window. Now, take that as you may, but that was his answer. I know the Earth is a sphere because I'm a pilot, and at 30,000 feet, I can see the Earth curving.
Mhm.
Okay, there you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah. I estimate if his cockpit windows curve
Well, I
or
think there would
bubbled.
be a merit of different things that would cause that effect. And I'm not arguing the fact that he can see it or not, because who am I, right? I don't know what his eyes are seeing. He does. But
Mhm.
just let that sink in, right? The guy
Yeah,
earlier
man.
says he does physics from 20 feet and calculates the Earth curve, right? Because of the drop of whatever, however he did it, right? I'm assuming he was using gravity and the calculations based on the radius
Mhm.
or Earth movement or whatever he was doing, right? From 20 feet,
Uh,
right? And
uh-huh.
pictures from space was his second. I hope everyone listening just lets that sink in a little bit.
No, it wasn't. Stop straw
Yeah.
manning, please.
Well, I said I thought that's what it was.
I know. So stop straw manning. Let
I
that
have a
Okay,
sink
now
in.
you're
question.
going to tell us what it was?
Yeah. Do you want to
Go
know?
ahead. Yeah.
So it was physics, and then it was the drop, and then it was the Eratosthenes experiment, and then I also mentioned Foucault pendulum. So pictures from space further solidified it, is what I said. But yeah,
Oh, that was you? I thought that was a
yep.
new guy.
I got a
No,
question, a good question for the guy that was just speaking on the shape. So if just pretend we didn't have a military and we didn't have this, modern day, scientific indoctrination kind of education system. We didn't have either one of those, right? How would you prove Earth is round?
um, you could travel around the world in a flight, go from one to the other. The other thing that's really interesting is most flat earthers before the globe became popular, like around 0 BC, whenever it was, 500 before or after. Most flat earthers, especially those that sailed, thought that the sun was actually going under the earth or through portals, right? So they at least knew that the sun wasn't circling overhead. They knew that the sun was somehow going underneath the earth to come back on the other side, right? Just from sunsets and the path of the stars. So they even knew, like, not even the current flat earth beliefs were true even back then, 2000, 3000 years ago. So that's another way that you could show that at least the sun doesn't travel overhead. So but once they learned about you know, how the sun goes around the Earth, then that would rule out any type of flat Earth because they knew the sun was going underneath. Then it started making more sense.
I don't know if anyone else got that. I'm just wondering how you would know, how you could prove it. You know what I mean? Like physically, like what would be like your tests and stuff that
Well, do we
like
have all the technology that's
definitively?
available that was created by this indoctrination system that you're talking about? Do we have all those devices, or do we have to rewind back to?
Yeah. There's just, I mean, yeah, we wouldn't have like weather balloons, stuff like that, like or cameras or just simple tests, simple ways to, you know, that to then give it to the public, like to prove definitively, you know.
The shape of the Earth?
Yeah, and the
Yeah,
movement, just the shape and movement.
Yeah,
Eratosthenes and Foucault's pendulum. Neither of those require any special technology.
Yeah. And you could measure distances to long distances from latitude and longitude lines and notice that they don't add up to being flat.
I have a question about the optical phenomenon, because the idea is that when we move away from a mountain and we can see the top perfectly, it's not like we're not seeing it get progressively squished. It's just the bottom disappears. So when we see that phenomenon, I think Rakia's point is, well, that's just it's like a optical trick. But don't you guys think it's a little odd that only happens at the horizon? Like it doesn't if you look up in the sky at something, it doesn't happen. Like you've never looked up in the sky and seen half of a plane, like where you just see the front half, but the back half of the plane disappears. But yet,
or when the sun
but
gets
yet
to
if
the
you look
horizon,
5 miles towards the horizon, you'll see things disappear.
or when the sun gets to the horizon, it's cut in half, and then night happens.
Yeah, I don't see any problem with that, but I do, like, I don't get how you don't, even on your model, don't get that things on the horizon are, you know, are acting funny or being distorted as you get closer to the horizon.
Well, they do,
because
but they
the
don't
same-
get distorted. Oh, sorry, go ahead, Jet.
No, you're good. Go. You were in before.
No, I was just gonna say it is true that there's distortion at the horizon, but we're talking about like 3/4 of a mountain disappearing.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Like the sun, for example, the sun changes. Like they'll say the sun is half a degree above where it actually is, but the amount of mountain that disappears, we're talking like many degrees. So the effect is many times higher than whatever distortion we observe.
Well, I don't think, and I think you would agree, you can't correlate what a light and a mountain would be doing, especially a light that's much, much further than the mountain and made of different, like, reflective material. And I don't even think the sun is reflecting, right? But you get my point, right? I think that would be two different studies in itself. But we can talk about the mountain or boats or ships or whatever. We're just
I'm talking about an
now
airplane.
talking about looking at an angle through a medium close to the surface and what distortions we may or may not get over whatever surface we're looking at. I mean, there could be trees in your way that are taller than you that you can't see because they don't reflect light as well as other objects, and you're seeing the top of the mountain and the bottom of the mountain appears blurry. But there could be a whole forest in front of there that you can't even make out because the reflected light isn't getting back to you.
Yeah,
So
but
it looks like
the trees are going to be will be like what, how many feet tall compared to a mountain that's 17,000 feet tall. And you could just look at a mountain. You could do like Mount Fuji. You could do Mount Fuji and look straight over the ocean.
A tree that's close enough to you can block a whole mountain that's 14,000 feet. 100-foot tree.
So get in a boat and drive 10 miles away. How much do you think a tree is going to block of your view at 10 miles? We can do the math on it. It's a tiny amount.
You get what I'm saying, right?
I do get what you're saying, and what I'm saying is you can account for it.
Right, but
that's not what
I don't
it
see
is.
that happening. I don't see people accounting for it. And we can
I'm doing it
also
right now.
agree on the point that the once
Let's do
the
it.
angle
Let's account
decreases
for it.
and you're looking through that atmosphere that's more turbulent, for reasons, right? Even on your model, that would cause distortion. I mean, are you still denying that bottom up obstruction can be caused by something other than physical curve? Because that would be strange.
I mean, it could. There's rare, so like refraction could cause it, but
Okay.
the only documented instance of refraction causing it is within 10 feet of the surface. So we could just climb up higher than 10 feet, and then we
What?
could eliminate that possibility, and then we could say, okay, what now? So you're going to say, well, maybe a tree's blocking it. So I'm saying, let's account for it. Let's
Can we
get
go
up
back?
higher than the trees are. Let's look out over the ocean, right? You just eliminate these things, and then slowly you'll whittle down all the possibilities until you get to like, well, okay, I
Well, if
think
you're talking about over the ocean, you're going to have waves again. You're going to have mist. You're going to have evaporation. You're going to have a gas layer. You're going to have heat waves. You're going to have turbulence there. I mean, even in clear skies, right? You can fly at 30,000 feet, where y'all say it's more, you know, stable, which I agree, and not be in clouds and have turbulence, right? Like it's everywhere. That's all we're talking about. We're talking about the more stable air versus the more turbulent air, and we would both have to agree, or we would sound ignorant, that the lower you are towards the surface, the more turbulence you're going to have. So when you're low to the surface and you're looking at an angle up, you're in less turbulent, right? The most turbulent air is going to be right at your immediate vision. But as you look into the distance, if it's lit in a certain way, especially if it's backlit, you're going to, be able to see differently than if the angle of the light is from the side and there's a lot of glare or whatever. I mean, how we see over distance has many factors, and you and I can't possibly go through all of them in every little circumstance. But bottom up
I mean, sure we
obstruction can
could.
be
Yes, we
caused
could.
by
I
many
reject
things
the
that are
idea.
not physical curvature of the surface in front of you.
Okay, so here one thing, the ground or the air near the surface is turbulent. Okay, great. Let's climb one mountain and look at another mountain.
Mhm.
Right. This is the thing. The globe side is like, hey, let's eliminate possibilities. The flat
Okay.
side likes to introduce all the things and then never address them. Just say, oh,
No, that's not
we
true.
can't know. Okay, go
I'm
climb a
addressing it right
mountain.
now.
So climb a really tall mountain and look at the top of another tall mountain. How much
Okay, let's do
air is
that.
there between that? Okay.
Let's do that together, and let's say those mountains are 10 miles apart, and you can see on this day, right? You can see the other mountain that's 10 miles away very clear. You can see the
Top of it.
trees on it. You can see the snow-capped mountain. Now move 20 miles. Do you still think you see the same top of the mountain? You can make out the snow and the trees. What if you're 50 miles? Where the
I
mountain
bet
is not behind the curve, do you think you still see it, or is it turning kind of gray and smoky?
that mountain's going to disappear. It's going to lower in your field of view. And we're not going to be able to explain it with air. You're going to need a different explanation for why that's happening.
No, things don't always just go to a point before they disappear. That's just not true. You ever
That's
seen
not what I
something
said.
just blink? It's
That's
not.
not what I said. I'm not saying it's going to go to a point.
So you
What I'm
you
saying is
agree
it's
that
going to,
they will reach a point because of distance and the medium you're looking through where you no longer get the information back by reflected light and it turns blurry, although it shouldn't. It's in your vision, right? It's right in front of you. It could be blocked by the medium that's in front of you, not physical earth curve.
here, I'll post a picture of Mount
That was a
Rainier
question directly to you.
I'm going to answer it with a photo. So
Okay.
I know what you're talking about, Raqia. I'm seeing
So
it
there's
disappear in the sun.
this is Mount Rainier
Up the
from two
horizon.
different distances. And what you can see is that you're not losing resolution. I mean, you're losing a little bit of resolution, but you can still really clearly see the top of the mountain. You can see the
Right.
shape of the features of the mountain. The difference is just the bottom of the mountain just poof, disappears.
Yeah, the bottom, but the top poofs and disappears too before it gets to such a small item that you can't see it. It's called the blink, right? I call it the blink. Like you're coming in from offshore and there's a water tower that you can't see, and then all of a sudden, blink. It's not because you traveled 10 miles and the earth curve's not blocking it anymore. It's because you can't see forever. So the reflected light isn't penetrating the medium that it's trying to penetrate through to get back to your eyeball to let your brain interpret it. So you can't make out that there's a large white water tower in front of you or a white cap mountain or whatever. The mountains you can see further because they're bigger and they're taller usually than a water tower, but it's the same thing. Even mountains
He's
you
not.
can get you can
He's getting
drive.
away
Wait,
from
hang
your
on, I'm
point.
gonna finish before this giggles
He
guy
just goes
comes
on.
in.
I know, it
You can
goes on
drive
and
through the
on.
mountains and see them turn gray. You know, they're green because you can see the trees, and then they'll blend in. They'll turn gray, and then all of a sudden you'll get to a point where they blink out. They didn't get so
Yep,
low in your
it's
vision
true.
that they're
All of
covered
that,
by
Raqia,
earth.
all of that's true. I agree. Trees will
Okay.
blink out. In this case of the mountain, the thing I showed, you should open. I posted in widestream chat. The mountain, the top of the mountain isn't blinking out. It's big. You
Okay.
can still see all of it. You can see the features of it. And that mountain isn't going to shrink and shrink and shrink and then blink out. It's going to slide down the horizon until it disappears bottom first.
No, I don't believe that. I
Go
believe
look at
I've seen personally seen mountains.
go look at the
Go look
picture
at the
first,
pictures. There's
and
two
then
pictures.
tell me.
Yeah, someone else posted. I
Yeah.
think I have him blocked because it's not in my text. But
Hey,
I don't have to look at anybody else's pictures. I was just in the mountains. We saw this as a group. Like the mountains are what is that out there? You know, what is that? Driving in from Vegas, you can see it from Zion National Park.
And
You
it
can see
suddenly
what's in the
disappeared.
distance that you can't tell is even a mountain. And then when you get closer, you can see all the trees and all that. Like, what are you talking about?
No, this what I'm talking about. It does require a camera with a somewhat of a powerful zoom on it. I think with your naked eye, you're not gonna. I don't think the mountains are big enough to
Okay,
distinguish.
zooming with a 90 zoom camera is totally different than what we were talking about in context with seeing something with your eyes. The blink test is what I'm talking about, is proving with your eyeballs that the reflected light can't penetrate the medium at a certain distance, and you won't get the reflective value back where your brain can interpret, look, there's a mountain with trees or there's a water tower, and then all
Okay,
of a
but if
sudden
we take a
blink,
camera,
and then all
but
of a
Ricky,
sudden blink, the water tower's there.
yeah, if we take a camera and that we can zoom in and then see it, then that means that the light is penetrating. It is getting to us. Our eyes just aren't sensitive enough to receive and to make sense of it.
So my
So
point is
again, this
made,
is
right?
another case of hold on. This is another case of where the globe's like, let's get the best equipment we can do to figure this out, and you're like, let's just go on a hike and use our eyeballs.
No, I'm not.
That's
I'm
the
giving
best test.
examples
That's the
to the
best test.
point where they can prove themselves. Everything has a limit, including your lens. But if the mountain with a lens will go down because of perspective and be blocked because of the things we talked about earlier, when it goes down towards the horizon and it gets distorted where you can't see it, that is a different topic. But you use your eyeballs and you can prove that the top of a mountain or the water tower is not hidden by Earth curve, right? Because all of a sudden, blink, it's there. That's my whole point. You agreed with it.
Yeah, things get too small to see with your naked eye.
I
That
didn't say
mountain,
too small.
if you blink and the mountain appears, it's definitely not hidden by Earth curve.
I
Yes,
didn't say too small. You're putting words in them. I'll repeat it if you want, but I didn't say too small. The water
What's the
tower's there.
point
You
of
can make
this?
it out.
What's the point?
Let me
None of this
repeat
is
it
making
again.
sense.
Let me repeat it again, since people are
Yes, please take
misrepresenting
10
me and
minutes to repeat it
maybe the
again.
Yeah,
audience,
please
maybe I
say the
just
same
didn't say
thing.
it clearly. Maybe I'll say it again. You know it's a water tower. It's not too small to see. And then once you get a certain distance away from it, it just blinks out because the reflected light from the known water tower that you knew is a water tower because you just saw it blinks out because the reflected light can't get back to your brain.
Blinks out. Can you
So
define
you see,
blinks out?
yeah,
I've already
it sounds like what you're saying.
defined it.
So
I don't
good.
want to
It's a
misrepresent you, Raqia. So it sounds like what you're saying is you look out and you see a water tower. Like you can see the shape of it, you can see the legs, you can see the top of it. And as you're
Yeah.
looking at it, you blink and then boom, it's gone. The legs are
what he
gone.
means over
It's hold on,
time
I'm
is
still
what
going.
he's saying.
You just blink and it's gone, and then you blink again and it like reappears.
No, I'm
I
not
don't have
saying
that
that at all.
experience. I
I
don't
never
have
say
that.
anything about
That's literally
reappearing.
what he's saying. Blink and it's
Y'all are
gone. And
now
now he's saying
trolling
he's
me.
not saying that.
Yeah, it's
He's talking-
crazy.
It's not crazy. It's crazy that y'all can't follow a simple thing. I'm
Okay,
using
try one
blink
more
as
time.
a
Try it,
time
Raqia, try
frame.
one more
Like
time. Explain it one more
what I'm
time.
saying is it happens really quick, and y'all can laugh and giggle and pat each other's dicks and all that y'all do. But people can go do this. I'll tell the audience, when you go offshore fishing, just notice the tallest thing on the shore when you're going through the pass, and when you're coming back from offshore after all those things have disappeared. Just keep your eye at that object near the pass. You'll have a GPS pointing you towards the pass, and that object is usually right there by the pass. A water tower, a tall bridge, or a building, or whatever. Trees that are
You
around
should do
there.
a.
And just notice what comes into vision first. And it just all of a sudden pops into your vision when you get close enough on that day. And
You should
visibility is
video like you should video this where you're seeing a mountain right in front of you and you walk like 5 steps backwards and it blinks
that's
out.
just
I want to
stupid.
see
You're
that
just trolling. I
video.
never said that.
What do you
Okay,
mean?
but
talking about
what
a
What do you
causes?
personal.
mean by
What
blink out?
causes?
He's
Well, yeah,
talking
he's not
about it with
giving a
his own
time
eyes.
frame. But what causes the thing to disappear eventually, Raqia? Is it refraction? Is it
No.
the limit of the
I don't
eye
think
or the lens? Like, I still don't understand your overall point. So what? So things
I think
disappear
I'll
over
say it
time.
again. The reflected light that you're receiving into your eye, and your brain is interpreting that information into a water tower because it's reflecting the light off of the water tower before it does trees, because trees aren't as reflective. You're getting that information at one point. If you're going away, all of a sudden all that information is lost and your brain can't make it out, and it's just a gray sky at that point. So you can turn around and go back towards it and you see gray sky, and then blink, all of a sudden you see a water tower. And then you go a little bit further and you go, holy cow, there's a tree next to it that I couldn't see before. But now that I've gotten closer and my brain is getting the information of that reflected light coming off the water tower first, and now because it's more reflective, and now it's getting the trees because they're less reflective, so I had to get closer. Now I can see the water tower and the trees. And if you can't understand that, you're either trolling or you're just not very smart.
But what's the point of it? So what is it? What does any of that mean in this debate?
He's running
That
away
show
from the.
we were
He's
talking
running
about
away from
bottom
the
up
Mount
obstruction and
Rainier
why
post he
mountaintops
made.
and tall things disappear, and the only reason it can happen is because of Earth curve. That's just ridiculous.
Yeah,
It's
I'd
the
agree
best
with that. That's
explanation.
fine.
It's the best
That's the whole
explanation for
point.
why. If you look at the Mount Rainier photo, the two that I posted, Earth curve, disappearing by an Earth curve is the best explanation of that, in my opinion. And it's not. This is not what you're describing. This mountain isn't blinking into view.
That
looks
wasn't
like
my
a huge
example.
ball of water.
Yeah, that wasn't my example. You brought that up.
I know you, and you failed to
I
engage
said
with it.
mountains. I
Yeah,
said
you
mountains
ignored
were
my.
generally.
You ignored the thing I posted and
No, I
decided to
didn't.
talk about something else.
No,
A
I
water
didn't.
tower, a little tiny water tower.
Well, water tower is a better example than everybody can see. The mountain is larger, taller, and it's harder to do
Yeah,
the
it doesn't
distance
blink in
thing.
and it doesn't blink in and blink out like
But
you
at a
said.
distance, it will. You
Yeah.
can't
Nope.
see the
What
snow
distance?
cap. You can't tell there's trees. The mountain gets like a gray color instead of a more natural color. It gets like it's blending
But
in
it
with the
doesn't blink
sky.
out.
If you go far enough, it will go out of vision where it's still above the horizon, right? It just you can't get the reflected light back from it.
Just zoom in.
There's
Get
nothing
it. Take your P1000 out. Zoom it in, and see what you see. I don't just
That's
100%
not what we're
disagree with
talking
you.
about, sir.
I do think you could get far enough from a mountain if the mountain was small enough where your eye couldn't resolve it. But again, like I said earlier, take a zoom camera. That's a better
Yeah.
test. You're rejecting the better test for the
No.
eyeball test because it
I'm
helps you
not. We
out.
see way too far with the zoom cameras, and y'all have to claim refraction.
Look-
Y'all have to make the excuses. I'm not making any excuses. I'm just saying that the reflected light, no matter what model you're on, I'm not even claiming a model. It's not proof of anything. It's just proof that reflected light is not blocked by a physical object at this point. It's just the medium that it's trying to get back to your eyeball in is too thick, right, for it to penetrate.
Yeah,
Well, you'd have
hey,
to
you
prove
mind,
that.
Raqia, if I
Say it
give
again.
you okay, I was going
What
to
if
say,
it
can I
goes behind
explain
a
it to him
what
real
if it goes
quick? But
behind
you
a
know,
what if it goes behind a
hold on one
building?
second, bro.
This guy's
Hold on
trying to
one
ask a
second.
question and retard's interrupting him. What the fuck, man?
Yeah, that dude is just
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah, I just wanted to just say it like this, if it's okay. Like, imagine what he was just talking about, right? Where let's just say we're on a boat, very calm waters, no waves, right? And you have a mountain in the distance that's fairly tall, let's say a couple thousand feet, right? And as you work your way away from it, let's say the lake is big enough to, until the mountain in the distance, you go far enough and you see it slowly start to, lose resolution. There's atmosphere that's building up between you and the mountain as you go away from it, right? And so there's more and more atmosphere. We know things compress in the distance with your eye, just your eye, right? And you go far enough to where that mountain just disappears, just like a sunset, right? You guys say it's the like hard horizon. It's a physical hard horizon, right? Now, like you said, well, okay, it's disappeared. We know the mountain doesn't actually disappear. It just disappears from your vision. Okay, now pull out your zoom camera after you've already went far enough to where your regular eye can't see it, right? And you do zoom in, and there's the mountain again, which that should be a dead giveaway that the hard horizon doesn't exist, right?
Well, when you zoom in, do you see when you zoom in
perfect.
though,
That's a
RG,
perfect example.
RG,
Right.
when you so I agree with that what you said. When you zoom in, do you just see the top of the mountain or do you see the whole mountain? Because if you can see
With
the
a good
whole
zoom,
mountain,
you can see the whole mountain. Yeah.
I would love post a example of that. That would be compelling. Something
I
where you're
don't
like
think
20
this is a
miles
good
away.
argument to
you
be
have a
hanging our
zoom
hats
lens.
on. There's too many variables that could dictate whether you see something or not. To Rakia's point, I actually agree with him on this. To hang our hats on, oh, the Earth is flat or curved based on I can or can't see a mountain. There's
Yeah,
just too
no
many
doubt.
variables to account for. We need other tests and other things to solve this problem.
Right, but that would you guys agree that would rule out there's no hard horizon. It's just optical,
If you
regardless
could
of the
see the
shape.
whole mountain.
No,
If
I
you
don't
could
agree
see
with
the whole
that.
mountain. I think if you could see the whole mountain and you could do it consistently, that
I don't
would
even
be
agree with that.
Yeah.
If you see the whole mountain, maybe it's refraction.
consistently.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Well, that's your opinion. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I don't know, but that's what the potential response would be.
Just the
I'm
optical
saying if you
phenomena is not
don't see
debated,
far
right? On a flat surface, like someone walking away from you, their shoes disappear before their calf, and then their calf disappears before their knee. They're not walking over a curved surface. It's just how we see in the conditions. Like if there's a lot of heat haze, that happens rapidly, like at a short distance. Y'all
I don't see that.
denying
When
that.
people
It's
walk
just a
away from me,
weird.
I don't see their feet disappear and then their calves and then their legs. I don't
Are
see
you
Well,
serious?
we've done it on football fields like
Are
a
you
lot.
kidding me?
You set the,
Football fields are
actually, you
true.
could set the camera. Look, you could set
The
the camera
football field,
directly
the
on
football
the
field
field.
that's curved, the football field that's curved
No,
because
we're
of
talking about
no, he's
horizontal
hey,
plane.
Rakia, I'm talking to RG. The football field that you're talking about is curved for for drainage. It's been actually measured. So please don't use that example.
They went
Hold on.
measured.
Hold on. Whoa.
A
I
phenomena
didn't
that's
say. Hold
used
on, bro.
in class
I didn't
to teach
say.
people,
Hold on.
not
One
the
second.
phenomenon.
I didn't say that the field was like humped like a dome or nothing like that. I'm talking about if it is sloped very little, then you wouldn't see the whole person and his head disappear. You might see
I know exactly which one
knees
you're talking
disappear.
about. Yeah. I know exactly which one you're talking about. It is sloped for drainage.
And how much
on
is
that
it
football
curved?
field.
Okay, how much is it sloped?
I don't
You should know
remember. I
this.
think it was like a
Come
foot and a
on.
half. Can you calm down? You're getting triggered
I'm
because
calm.
your worldview.
No, I'm just saying.
So if I remember correctly, they measured it to be from the middle. It's about 2.5 feet.
Okay, 2.5 feet of curvature on a football field.
2.5 feet at the middle was higher than at the ends. Yes, correct.
Bro, that would be a
50
danger to
yards.
these football players. You know how much of a liability that would be?
Over 50 yards, 2.5 feet. Really? You sure about that, buddy?
Yeah, that's a lot of it.
Handicap ramps are a lot more curved than that, or sloped.
This guy is stupid. You're literally stupid, buddy. I hope you're trolling.
How's that?
Handicap ramps are more sloped than that. you're comparing football players. I'm not even saying the field isn't sloped that much, but for you to compare a handicap route to a football field and the football players to someone in a wheelchair going up and down a handicap and then giggling is just freaking stupid. Bro, I hope you're trolling, bro. I really do.
He just said if it was sloped that much, football players would be injured. And so I use something that's much more sloped that are used for handicapped people.
Yeah, and you're using football players and someone in a
Are you
wheelchair.
that slow? Are you that slow that you didn't hear the conversation?
Yeah,
Bro,
I'm
who is this
slow. You're
guy, man?
comparing
Okay,
Who is
somebody
I
this?
agree.
running down a slope versus someone being pushed in a wheelchair. It's weird.
2.5 feet over 50 yards, Raqia.
Yeah,
2.5
someone's
That's a
going
feet.
lot.
20 miles an hour versus
No,
a
it's
half a
not.
mile an hour.
It's not a lot.
So hold on. So
Well,
that means
Raqia,
5 feet over the whole football field, because the football field's 100 yards. So 5 feet of curvature, bro. You
well, no, it's
serious?
5. No, it's a foot and a half or whatever it is over 100 feet that direction. So it's a different amount of slope, different
What?
directions.
Where are the Globers that come in and say this optical
Wow.
phenomena has been?
Okay,
It's
Goff.
actually how they
It's Jamie's
teach
turn.
it.
I'm gonna go look
Like as
this
you're
up.
You
I
want
want
to
to
walking
see
away, if
this.
go
there's
outside
heat
with you?
haze, this is what would happen. Are y'all
All
serious?
right,
No one comes in and
Wow. He's moving around now. He gets caught and moves around, moves the
no
goalpost.
one's moving around. They're letting you take over, and you make them look terrible, bro. Where are the Globers that are going to come in and say, yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay, my mountain
the
blinks
feet would
blinks out of
disappear over a flat
existence.
plane as someone walked away from you first because of reasons? Like
Hey,
if the
let's
surface isn't, can we
let's
talk about a
let's get
surface
the image
that
where a
isn't
mountain blinks
curving?
out of existence.
Can we talk about a surface that isn't curving and not football players in wheelchairs? Just someone walking away from a viewer and giving an example of for reasons on a flat
Yeah, show
surface
it.
while the bottom, their shoes, their
How
ankles,
flat
their
is it?
calves, then their
How
knees,
flat is the
then
surface?
their waist would disappear as they get further away from you on a flat surface, like not
How flat
curving.
is it? Yeah, how
Horizontal.
flat is
Yeah,
it?
you're just
How flat
trolling.
is it?
Listen
Raqia,
to
how
him.
flat is the surface?
For
I
y'all
just showed
Glovers
us.
here that are not coming in and telling this guy to shut up, shame on you, man. He makes y'all look
Why?
terrible. That's
No,
why I
no,
think y'all
Raqia,
all agree. Because
Raqia.
y'all will allow him to go for an hour with this bullshit, and no
No, it's
Glover
not.
will come in
Show
and
us.
correct.
This is what would put Wesley in his place. Just find us a nice clear shot of somebody walking away. You could do it at the beach, looking down the beach and just see where the bottom half of people's cut off, depending on how far away they are.
He's isn't going to be flat and horizontal. It's going to have undulations.
Along the water line?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Have
What are
them
you
walk
talking
along
about?
the
You ever been
have
to the
them
Standard
beach
walk
water
before?
along the water
line.
line.
You know
Yeah.
why the water comes in further on some shore, like part of the shore than 20 feet
Pick
down?
your spot,
It's because
Raqia.
the
Pick
height
your
of the
spot.
sand
Wow.
is different.
Raqia. Pick whatever spot you think is the flattest. Do it at the salt flats or whatever, and then show us people disappearing. I don't see that. I don't see that when I look up. I don't see that when I look sideways.
I got you. Pfinky. Yeah. I just had to see who it was.
Yeah. And try to find one that's not like hyper mirage refraction.
What are
Something
you
that's
talking
clear.
about? That's the cause, asshole. Like, come on, man.
Wow, calm
But
down.
there are
No, but what are
Raqia,
you
there are
talking about? You're giving the reasons why it happens. And telling me don't use the reasons it happens to prove that it happens. And
so it
telling me
doesn't
to
always
calm
happen.
down. Y'all are
Okay, it
ridiculous.
doesn't Raqia, it doesn't always happen then. It only happens when those
I
conditions
never
are
said it always happens.
okay. So
Okay.
if we find an observation where those conditions aren't present, where you don't have the scintillation and we're seeing the bottom up obstruction, now how are you going to explain it?
With your eyeballs, you can't make out long distances. It will still get blurry and become unresolvable bottom up
Zoom in.
first. It will
And then you
blink
zoom in.
out. It will like shrink to a point, but the
And then
bottom
you
of it
zoom in.
becomes more blurry than the top because of the angle,
And then you zoom
depending on
in.
how close you are to the surface.
I posted another video at 26 after the hour. It's a boat, very, very clear line. There's not scintillation, so you're not seeing insane mirage effects. And the bottom of the boat, it's not blurry. The bottom of the boat's not blurry. It's just gone.
Yeah, it might be a wave then. Is it a video?
Yeah, it's a video.
So no waves on water? You mean static water?
No, go look at it and tell me if you think that's a wave.
I can't look at it. I think I got you blocked. Someone else has got to do it. You must have screwed
Just
like
expand.
acting like one of your troll friends before and I blocked you.
Go to
Yeah, you're super
you block
defensive.
everybody.
No, I'm not. I just don't waste my time with people like you.
Which
Yeah, just
Glober
brag
do you
about
not have blocked?
Well, Pfinky, I'm not getting his post, so I must have him blocked.
Well, that's convenient for you, I guess. You don't have to look at any evidence.
No, I mean whatever. Other people can post it. I don't mind looking at it. I mean, you can
just
conveniently say I'm running
scroll.
away. I just
you
don't deal
scroll
with
to
jerks
26
like I probably blocked you for a reason. I don't block many people.
You block everybody.
No,
I've
I
never
don't.
seen anybody you didn't. What's
That's
a Glober
just a
you don't
lie.
have?
That's a
What's
lie.
a Glober? What's a
That's
Glober
a
you don't have?
lie.
What is a Glober
You're
that you don't have
lying.
blocked?
I don't block people that I disagree with. That's just a lie. This is why
who
I
do you
blocked
not have
you.
blocked? Raqia, who do you not have blocked that you disagree with?
What are you talking about? Bev, Jake, mostly Globers. I mean,
agree with Bev.
I don't have Jake blocked. I don't have Bev blocked. I disagree with them both on a lot of things. I disagree with SC on almost everything, and I don't have him blocked.
Another flat
I
earther.
disagree
Any
with
other
Rock
Globers?
Klein, Riggs.
He's proving
Who
your
else is
point,
here?
Finky.
Okay, waiting
The
for a Glober.
majority of people that are here, I don't
You
have
did say
blocked. I
Jake.
don't agree with them on everything. You just
You did
lied
say
about
Jake.
me. That's why I have you blocked.
You did say Jake, so that's good. But anybody else?
I have you blocked because you lie about me like you just did when I proved when you said I have everyone blocked that disagrees with me, and I gave you multiple names. You lied about me. That's why I have you blocked.
I should have
You
said
get
Globers.
it?
I should have said Globers.
Hey, who made the comment about the football field? Which one was talking about the football field? Was it a Glober?
No, it was a Glober and a flat earther. I think I don't know if he's a flat earther, but he was bringing up.
Okay, so I went and looked it up, right, just to be sure what was what. And if it's a Glober referring to a football field curving 2.5 feet or something like that, you got to take into account that the Earth is curving, right? So over a 360-foot straight shot across a football field, it's a fraction of an inch. It says fraction, not 5 feet. A
Yes,
fraction.
we all agree with that. The Globers all agree with what you just read. Keep going.
Yes.
That was
What's your
not. I
point?
mean, well, that's another lie. You said it was 5 feet over. You said 2.5 feet over 50 yards.
Why did I say it was curved?
Well, a football field is 100 yards.
Let's
hear
hey
your listening skills. Hey, don't be rude. Don't be rude.
You just
Don't be
convinced
rude,
me of lying.
bro. Don't be rude.
You said I was
bro.
lying.
Don't be rude. I'm not finished, bro. Keep it quiet.
Okay.
Damn. So over 360 feet of a football field, bro, 100 yards, a fraction of an inch. That means
We agreed
you
with this
lied.
already. Move on. No.
There you go.
Okay, then let me respond.
There you go.
Let me
You
respond.
said 5 feet. Go ahead.
No, I never said 5 feet. I said 2.5
You
feet.
said 2.5
So-
feet over 50 yards. That's 100 yards in a football field. 5 feet,
Correct.
bro. Okay.
No, oh my gosh. So RG, why did I say? Let's see if your listening skills were on. Why did I say that the field was curved? Did I say because of Earth curve?
Well, it has to be if the Earth's curving.
Nope.
No,
What did
he
I
said-
say? I said it 3 times. Why did I say the football field is curved?
For drainage.
Yeah, water drainage. Yeah.
RG didn't hear that. So
But
not
you
the
said
Earth
50.
curve.
Yeah, I
You
heard
said
that.
50
I heard
yards.
So why are you calling me
said,
a
why
liar?
are you giggling? Why are you giggling? You said 50 yards. So which is it?
Wait,
50 yards
can I
from the
answer?
center?
Can I answer the 50-yard
Yeah,
thing?
Les.
Is it because we go from the center and it's graded so the rain runs off away from the center? Is
That
that
would
why?
be 25 yards.
Wow, another Glober got it, but
That
not
wouldn't be 50
not
yards.
RG. Wow,
From the
interesting.
center of a football field would not be 50 yards to the sideline.
Never said it was.
To the end
So where
zone?
is it 50 yards to? You're draining your football field to each end zone? You're a moron.
Is that what they do?
No, they drain it to the sidelines, but
It's
it's
so
not
good,
50 yards
Raqia
from the
and
center.
RG. RG, thanks for completely missing the point. This is why you got muted in EA.
You're just
You missed
wrong
the point.
again. 50 yards from the center of a football field to the sideline? It's a big
Never
football
said
field.
that. Never said that.
I said
Where's
that.
the
That
50
was
yards?
me.
Oh, sorry.
So where did this
Well,
football
Lush,
field that you
Lush
claim
actually got
is
the answer right.
training?
He may have said something wrong, and it. Dude, you got to
Well, just
relax,
restate
Raqia. You
what you
keep
mean.
going over and over.
No, just restate it. We want to know 2.5 feet, 50 from where to where? Because I don't know what you're talking about anyway.
There's a
one that I'm
crown,
talking
Raqia.
about?
There's a crown. The field has a crown.
Yeah.
Of 2.5 feet.
From where to where?
There's a crown isn't a where to where type question.
From
What
the
it means is
center of the field to the sideline, or the center of the field, 50-yard line to the end zone?
To the sidelines.
Okay, and which way is the guy walking away?
He's walking across the field, across so maybe it's around the 50-yard line. It's not going to be exactly, but he went across from one sideline to the other sideline and beyond. That's the one that RG is talking about. And then for some reason he thought I said 2.5 feet was the curvature. This is
okay,
why
sideline
RG.
to
This is
sideline.
why.
Hold on, bro. Hold
This
on.
is why.
You said sideline to sideline, right?
Yes, sideline to
Okay.
sideline.
If the camera is placed, where is it? 6 inches off? 10 inches off the ground?
No, they put it on the ground. They put the
where at
you
the
know what
center
we're
of the
talking
Okay,
about.
so
They put
you're
it on
okay.
the
So
ground.
your camera. Okay, so if that's right, and it has a 2.5 inch arch or crown,
2.5
then
inch
your
arch.
camera
Whoever said 2.5 inch arch?
or 2.5 foot, 2.5 foot arch.
Okay.
Right? Okay. So if your camera's on the ground, bro, then at center point, you wouldn't even be able to see the dude. He'd be above the camera.
What? The top of the field is in frame.
The camera
top of the
is
frame.
on the
Hey, hold on,
ground.
RG, I'll help you. The top of the top of the frame is in it includes both the ground and the hump. And then as the person walks away, you could see him getting lower and the field of view being blocked by the field, the crown of the field, just like Pfinky said. So, and nobody here said it was Earth curve. Nobody. I don't know why you got that, but that was
Well,
a
that's what it said
grave
when I looked it up.
misunderstanding.
Okay, so
I
you're going to
know,
be
not
what at the
2.5 feet.
Can
so
somebody
at
post
the
a
center
video just
point.
so we can watch it again? I think we've all seen it,
Yes.
but it'd been nice if we could see it again.
Actually, MC Toon went down to this specific football field because some TikTok flat earther was using it. It was kind of funny.
Okay,
It was
so
probably a
basically you
globe
would
that
you
posted
would
it as
see
a troll, and a flat earther picked up and thought it was flat and didn't know. That's what it sounds like to me.
Right.
But
Yeah,
over
like most of
distance,
them, like
over
most
a
flat
flat
earth
It
field,
fooled RG, so
if you
So
put a
you're looking
camera long
from
enough due to perspective, you won't see the yard lines, the markers. If you lower the camera from end zone to end zone,
yeah,
you can't
it's
see
not
the
end zone to
50-yard
end
line.
zone.
You can't
It's
even
not
see
end
the
zone to end
30-yard
zone.
line. But I'm talking about over
And
a
I
flat
don't think
surface.
you're talking about a video you don't even know about. So RG
No, I'm
does know
talking about
best, but he
reality.
doesn't.
You can make a flat surface and draw lines on it like a checkerboard or something like that, and you get low enough to one end, you can't see the other end on short distances due to perspective. And I don't know why y'all
We
deny
agree.
this.
We agree, but no obstruction happens. They get
you can
compressed,
zoom
not
in on it.
obstruction.
okay.
If
So
you had a zoom
so
camera, Ricky, hold on. Let me. If you had a zoom camera, you could zoom in and see those lines again.
That's just not true.
It is
Like
true.
with my camera, I could see a rock in front of me, and then when I zoomed in, I could see the bridge that was obstructed by the rock, and people were telling me that the light is curving around the rock within the 5 feet distance of the rock and my camera. That's y'all's excuse for that. Jesus, bro, this has gotten
I don't think
wacky.
that's the reason, but you can if you. It's
That's
just
what
an
the
angular.
camera expert told me.
Ricky, I'm talking. It's just an angular resolution thing. So if you get low enough down, then you have the angle changes, so you have less angle to resolve. But if you zoom in, you will see those again. You will see those lines reappear.
Well, with a lens, I would have to say the only excuse I can say that when I was changing the focal length of my lens through my camera and the rock was in focus at one point and then goes blurry and blinks out. I know y'all don't like that term. That's what it does. You can watch the video as I zoom, and then you see what was obstructed earlier at a different focal length by the rock, and you don't see the rock anymore. You see what's obstructed behind it.
Yeah.
And
The answer is
you're
aperture,
telling me
not
because
the
of
answer is not light
resolution?
bending. The answer to that's not light bending, it's aperture. They do this in sports stadiums. They can put a camera that's like right behind a big beam and they can still get shots of the field if you have a wide enough aperture.
Well, the information has to be curving around the beam or the rock. It's not coming through it, is it?
Dude, you're gonna. I'll find a video of this in a
I'll
sports
post my
stadium.
own video. I don't need your video.
It'll blow your mind. But it is if
so
your aperture, hold on, if your aperture gets wider than the rock, then it can capture light coming in at a steeper angle.
How can the aperture? The lens is smaller than the rock, and I'm only 5 feet away, and the distant object's probably like 8 or 10 miles away, a long distance away. At one focal length, the rock takes the whole lens up. And then when you change focal length, the rock gets blurry and disappears. There is no rock, there is no blurriness. The information from the reflected light coming from the bridge is that's how y'all say he does it. That's entering the lens is either coming through the rock or around the rock.
Or your apertures change sizes to allow
Oh
for it.
my God.
When you change focal length, that is changing the aperture.
Okay, I'm 2.5 feet, bro, is 30 inches high, right? We agree? 2.5 feet.
It is 30 inches.
Okay. Now, if we put that camera on the ground on the sideline, looking towards the other sideline, you're gonna see that guy walking away from it, go up a hill, right? When he reaches the apex, that's when you're gonna start losing information as he goes down toward the other side. Correct?
Yeah, it's blocked. It's blocked. Yeah, the information is not
Okay, it's
not quote
blocked,
unquote
but
lost. It's
it's
blocked.
right. It's blocked by a hard horizon called a field.
It's
Right?
blocked by the hump. It's blocked by the hump. It's not the horizon.
By the earth. It is the horizon in this case. Right? I mean, it's a highest point and then it goes down and things start to
No, that's
disappear.
like saying if
you
a
guys,
mountain.
hold on,
It's like
like you guys
it's
speak
like
of it
saying if
on the globe model. Please excuse me.
You're
Please.
strong.
Sorry.
Yeah,
I
you're
wait.
straw manning. You're straw manning.
I'm
We're gonna
waiting.
interrupt when you straw man.
No, bro, you're not. That's rude. Wait till I'm done, please. Please.
You said right. You said right. Like question.
Okay,
right.
so as you get to the apex, right, and then you go over the hill, then that's it. Done. The dude disappears. You can't zoom in and bring it back.
Yep. Good
No,
job. That's
I'm asking you a question. I'm giving whatever, dude. All right. So after that, that's a hard horizon. Well, when you go to the highest part, which would be the apex, looking down the field the other way, the dude disappears bottom up. But guess what? It's not a hard horizon. That's how it works on the flat Earth model, bro.
Post the video. Post the video you're talking about. Because you're just saying
No,
words right now.
no, dude. I know the truth. I ain't fucking lying to you.
Okay,
Dude,
post
what
it
the
then.
bro? Acting weird. Go look it up. Type it in YouTube. You know, guy walking down football field.
Guy walking down football field. I wonder how
Whatever you
many
want to type in, bro.
results I'm gonna get.
I don't know. Go look though. I mean, what's your answer? Wait, if I did bring the video, what would be your answer?
You can't zoom him back in once he goes over the obstruction.
You're right. Not a hard horizon, but an optical horizon. You could.
Okay, what's the difference between the sun going behind the horizon over a sea and the sun going behind a mountain on the horizon?
Bro, because the mountain's a hard horizon.
What's the difference in viewing it?
You can zoom the sun back in on the over the water until
Okay,
you lose all the
show a
information.
video. Show a video with solar filter on.
Why do y'all do that? Why do y'all do that,
And then
bro?
I will become a
Why do
flat
y'all do
earther.
that? Yeah.
What do you
No,
mean?
because it's
We
been
asked for
shown
evidence. You
hundreds
don't
of
ask for
times.
evidence?
It's been
No,
shown
it
hundreds
has
of
not.
times, bro. Where
No,
have you been the last 10 years?
find,
Where have
everything
you
you will
been, bro?
find is glare.
You're trolling.
Everything
You're
you have
trolling
has.
right now.
Let me answer because I'm breaking your worldview. You're being defensive. So everyone that has been posted is glare. So if you have one with uh, a solar filter on, I will become a flat earther.
Bro, it's been shown several times. Go get Dave's
You
app,
say that,
bro, and
but
start
you're not
looking.
posting any
Do your
videos.
own
This should be the
research.
easiest thing. This
Dude,
should
I'm
be the
not your
easiest thing
servant.
I do.
I'm not your servant, bro. Go
Okay,
do
so
the
you don't
work.
have it. Got it.
Go look at
Got it.
Dave's app.
Got it. There is none resuming the sun back in once it is setting, except for with glare in the video. That's what Dave Weiss shows. So that's what I think you're referencing, because he also did the football field. So if you're getting your information from Dave Weiss, ask him why he has Haberstein built into
Oh,
his
so
app.
you have seen the football one?
I
You
told
have
you
seen
I
it?
did.
No, you
I
didn't. You
only
said
see
you
him go
didn't see
over.
it. Go get a
Yes, I did.
video. I haven't seen it. Go get a video.
No, the one where he's going. I've seen the one where he
Yeah,
walks
yeah,
over.
yeah.
Can you
Blah.
point them
Yeah.
out?
Okay.
Wow,
Yeah, man.
defensive
I'm
RG.
gonna mute up. You go ahead and talk.
Yeah, please do that. Thank you.
It's not nice the other way, huh? Right, Wesley?
No, I'm trying not to be a hypocrite. Thank you.
What's up, Bosco? Hey, you here for the show in a little bit? You hanging out?
Yeah, just got off work, chilling, man.
Cool. Yeah, we'll be here. Starts in like an hour.
What's been happening in here?
Oh, dude, it's just been I got 2 hours sleep. Nathan Oakley came in. It was just craziness. And then he started his show, and then yeah, we've been hanging out in here shooting the shit. Everyone's fighting with Raqia.
Based.
Yeah. Yep. Looks like he's taking a little break though. Hey, Eden, are you still showing movies, videos, and stuff with your, I guess, Angel, whatever it is? Alrighty. Oh.
Anyone want to see the leaked GTA 6 videos? I found them. It's pretty
Just
cool.
post them.
It's 2 gig. It's a single video of the 10 minutes
Oh.
of leaked gameplay. I can stream it if
Shit.
anyone wants.
I get the feeling that was just intentionally released because they keep delaying the motherfuckers. So I
Yeah,
got
it wouldn't
to
surprise me.
keep people happy. Yeah. All right. Well, I got time to go to UPS before the show starts. I think I'll do that. Hey, Osco, am I connected now? You hear me? Hello. Testing, testing.
Yeah, what's up?
Wait, is that Oscar? Who's that?
Yeah, did you just say my name?
Yeah. Yeah. I was just gonna ask, like, now that you're not really a flat earther or whatever, like, what would you say is like your favorite debate topic?
The only thing I've ever really debated is veganism. That's the only thing I actually cared about debating, not flat Earth.
Really?
But even veganism is pointless to debate because no one's mind has ever been changed ever.
What? I mean, whenever I've talked to you about it, I was open minded. I kind of felt like you shut me down on it.
Yeah, I mean, veganism and abortion are like the two things that I actually care enough about to debate, but I find them to be lost causes and not really worth it.
Right.
I don't remember discussing it with you, but if someone says carrots are conscious, which is maybe what you said, then I
Yeah,
say,
that
okay, this
was
is not worth
me.
it.
Well, that's the thing, man. Is I actually think that, well, conscious and sentient, right? Like those are. I think they're somewhat. They're on the spectrum of basically the same thing for me.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. So, sorry, I'm in my car now. Yeah. So, like, if there's like a range or a sliding scale between basically the whole scale is life, and then things that we call sentient would be more on the left side, and then things that are conscious are more on the right side, but they're all considered, alive. uh, that's just the way that I see it.
Yeah, that's the way people see it or say they see it. But like, we have no reason to believe that a carrot feels sad, that a carrot gets upset, that it feels pain, that it's depressed, so on
Oh
and so
no,
forth.
no, yeah. I don't. No, I think with that scale comes like a different experience. Like the things that are just more sentient, they have less like sensory data, you know, less or different types of sensory data, and then things that are more conscious, they have more sources of sensory data, so they're actually able to establish a story instead of just like one thing.
I would just say a carrot or a cucumber is something, just like a rock is something. A dog is someone, right? Like a dog has a personal experience, it has self awareness, it has emotions, so on and so forth. It is someone. A dog, a carrot, or a cucumber is something, right? If I step on a rock or a pebble or a carrot, there's no one in there that is feeling pain or anything like that. There's no reason to think that there would be.
I mean, if you're able to get it to respond to, I mean, that's a reason. I think just because it doesn't have the same full experience doesn't mean it doesn't have a experience.
And why would you think that responding to stimuli means that something is conscious or sentient?
Because I think that is the bare bones necessity for humans to respond, and we just have more of them.
Okay, so like, is my phone sentient because it just responded to the stimuli of me
Or two
touching
of
the
them,
push to talk
or just
button?
a couple. Sorry, my internet went out.
I said, is my phone sentient or conscious because it just responded to the stimuli of me touching the push to talk button?
I actually don't know how, like, all the transistors and all that shit works. I wish I did. There's probably some magic to it. That might be a good question for somebody who knows all the details, but I I don't know.
Is a pane of glass sentient or consciousness? Because if I throw a rock at it, it responds to the stimuli of the rock hitting it and it shatters.
That's a tough question, bro. I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah, so responding to stimuli does not mean that something's conscious or sentient.
I would agree. For instance, if you walked up with let's say a knife, a hunting knife, to an animal, and you start poking it, it's probably going to run away and start screaming. Whereas you don't really get that with the food, the plant food.
Dude, did you guys hear about this trial that's happening right now? I was watching Witsit's stream this morning or listening to it about this
Oh
lady
yeah,
that
yesterday.
kids. Dude, that's like the most fucked up thing I've ever heard. She strangled her 3 kids to death. And then all these women
Yeah,
apparently are like saying like empathizing with her or something.
yeah, I heard about that a few days ago, and then in response, I saw that there was like a bunch of there was a bunch of women standing outside cheering this chick on. I just, maybe I'm missing something. I don't even know what the hell's going on with that.
Yeah, Witsit was like playing clips like of like women on TikTok or Twitter or stuff like that, where they're like all these women were talking about how they were taught how they had many times thought about killing their kids, and we're saying if she goes to jail, they're gonna riot in the streets.
Oh wow, angry women writing. That is pretty twisted, though. Maybe they're missing something of the story. Otherwise, they're just really as twisted, perhaps, as her, or mentally.
Yeah, I don't know the full story. We need omnivore or someone to come in here and stick up for this lady so I could hear the
Yes.
full story.
Oh,
But
jeez.
from
Tell
what
us
I
how we
heard,
don't
it
understand.
sounds like the most insane thing ever. Like just a woman killing her children and people being like, yeah, we feel bad for her because she was on medication or something.
Didn't she jump out of a window to escape and broke her back?
Yeah, she strangled her 3 kids with an exercise band and then jumped out of the window and is paralyzed now.
What the fuck?
Dang. So she said, "Oh man, I didn't know medication was part of the problem." Sometimes there are medication that gives people suicidal tendencies. I'm not sure if you guys have heard of that. There
Yeah,
was this
been
one.
there, done that.
Yes. I forgot what this woman's name is. She was a farmer rep. She would go around sell drugs until her niece was in an accident, and they prescribed her, I think, painkillers. Essentially, I forgot which one. But one of the side effects was suicidal tendencies, and her that's what her niece did in front of her, basically. And now she's on a
Sounds like it
mission to
was
kill more people.
sounds like it was homicidal tendencies in this case.
Oh yes, yeah. Thank you. Maybe schizophrenia.
Oh yeah, you're back, Eden. Yeah, are you still going to be showing videos and stuff? Because I
Yeah, I've
noticed you
got.
haven't been making the events.
Yeah, I really haven't found too many movies left on Miracle or
Okay.
Angel.com. But I have 1 week left, so I was thinking maybe a few during the week.
Yeah, I was just curious because I didn't see the events up there.
Yeah, they had some really interesting movies. I'll try to play for the remainder of the week. So if anyone's interested.
So what? Maybe this. I wanted to ask you, like, you have a bunch of sisters, right?
I do, and brothers now. My sister
Oh,
married.
and brothers. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have like 4 Italian brothers now. After. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
But
I noticed that you have like a completely different nature with women, and it sounds like you just have a lot of experience with like sisters and mother and lots of women in the house or something.
for sure. And then when I didn't probably respect them as much as I did in the past, as I do now in the past, but now I think they're a great asset to the world, and I think they should be like protected and whatnot. Because I don't think that we are the same. I am pretty sexist like that. I think we men are the XY chromosome and women are the XX. So we are physically. I mean, we're materially different. I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah. Women are pretty funny and delicate creatures. Much love to them. And then you got all types of women too, which is fascinating. But yeah, women have it hard, but some people argue men have it harder. What? I guess that's up for debate.
Hey man, Show Jeans was creaming, man. She was like, "Oh my god, I love this guy."
I wanted to tell her, do you know how there might be people like that who feel about her, but imagine God who feels like that about her, but even more. So hopefully I can tell her about that. Right? He's the author of love, so. Yeah, hopefully we can get some more women over here and convert them to, or maybe get them to consider leaving the globe. And some of the guys here as well. I think I've helped one female
Since
leave the globe.
we haven't talked about religion at all today, so maybe I can ask you since you're here. You brought up Jesus a second ago, I think, something like that. And hey, do you ever feel like maybe don't the Jews, like, doesn't their doctrine pretty much say that like Jesus was like an illegitimate guy? Like they believe that he was real, but just not the real guy or something like that.
Yeah, I think it's funny. It's weird. When Jesus was alive, I think he was actually accepted by a lot of the Jews, but he was also rejected probably equally. So maybe it was like 50-50 because there were people in the Sanhedrin that followed him in secret. I think one of them, the elder Gilgamesh or Gilgamesh, I forgot what his name is, but there was a few of them that did follow Jesus. So yeah, but unfortunately, I think it was like 50-50.
I think that the claim is that Jesus is not the Messiah. Darius the Great, he's a Persian. Right. Jews will call him a Messiah because he took them from slavery to freedom. And they don't claim that Jesus is the Messiah because Jesus didn't free them from Roman rule.
But yeah, I think when people look at it that way, I also look at it, Jesus showed us how to be set not from Roman rule, which is only temporary, but sin, right? Moses showed them the law of sin, and Jesus showed them how to, I guess, be free of the death.
Showed them a loophole.
Pardon?
Showed them a loophole.
Yeah, it was probably God's plan. And I think it's so funny because the Jews, when they were collaborating or conspiring to kill him, I think there was one guy, Caiaphas, who has said, it's better that one man die than all of us Jews die at the hands of the Romans. And in that statement, I think there's like a form of irony because I'm sure God thought the same thing. It's better that he dies than all of us die or have to die.
Well, the thing is like prior to, hold on, fire truck's coming by.
Okay. Oh, perfect timing. Emergency.
Hey, and what's up, Renee? Just saw you come in.
Yeah, welcome, Renee. Always fun to chat
Dude,
with him.
Renee's been holding it down here lately. We're gonna have to get him one of those professional microphones.
You and
Yeah.
X. But the with the regards of I kind of forgot what I was going to say. What did you say? Ian?
Yeah, it was about a loophole you were saying. God
Oh,
put forth a loophole, perhaps?
yes. Basically, isn't that the thing? He says that all salvation comes through Jesus now. But I know exactly what I was going to say about the one man died that a bunch.
Yeah.
Prior in like 40 BC, there was a Roman revolt. I mean, a Jewish revolt that was placed down, and they crucified one man basically every mile on both sides of the road, all the way to the road to Damascus. Pompey the Great did that. And then after Jesus' life, the tale of Josephus, that rebellion, they did the same thing. So in the long run, that is true. If Jesus would have taken the zealots and took arms, there would have been a Roman response where thousands of men would have died.
Yes. Men, women, children. Absolutely.
So this goes into my argument of like truly the message of Jesus. The message of Jesus is peace, even to the detriment of yourself, which is not a message that would do well in those times. You still have men like Caesar, Napoleon, all these people in the come that never had to yield until they were defeated. And I know not everyone in this room believes in nuclear weapons, but mentalities and men like that with that type of weapons would destroy the entire planet. But with the mentality of Jesus, having peace to the detriment even of yourself, that would lead towards a nuclear doctrine that would not destroy the world.
Yes. Absolutely. And look what it did. It actually destroyed the Roman. I mean, some people think they're in power still today through the Vatican, but they probably have less power than they ever had back then, where they were just killing people openly. So yeah, even the Romans converted to Christianity. Even the Greeks at that time, who believed in all these gods, Zeus, all these different below Zeus, they converted. Now it's like I think 95% of people in Greece are Christian. So yeah, Jesus's way was much better than what those perhaps Jews were hoping for. Someone to stand up with weapons and
This
to
is
fight.
I don't truly believe that that's the message that's preached, because the result is you have you have wars, you have death, you have all these things, the atrocities done in the name of Jesus. I don't think people know that. I don't think people respect that if there is value to be here, it's to apply the ancient to the modern. And the only application from the ancient, like in the ancient, don't eat pork. That was a very good way to live your life a long time ago, due to the nature of pork, what they eat, how they live, and things like that. That's no longer an issue today. So it's just like we have to understand that there are values that come from the ancient world, but you can't let them distract from what the modern world has developed.
Oh yeah, that's fair enough. I think that's a fair statement. But thankfully, I think there's messages within the Old Testament and the New Testament that are timeless. They'll be good for today and tomorrow. Such as I shouldn't steal from you, Renee. I shouldn't lie about you in public. I shouldn't, covet your property. Those sort of things. So I think those are still good for you and good for me and everyone.
And the thing is, it's you have those rules outside of the Bible, though. You know that, right? That existed before the formation of the Bible, and things like the Book of the Dead and in the Code of Hammurabi.
Yeah.
This morality is not exclusive to Christianity.
Yeah, that's for sure. I think because in the Old Testament there was a time where the prophet Isaiah mentioned that The law, because it was broken and the contract was broken with the Jews, he's going to now place the laws on everybody's hearts in the world. And that's why we'll have atheists literally following the pretty much 9 of the 10 commandments for their own home. A lot of the atheists actually can relate with the 10 commandments. I'll show you really quickly. So for an atheist in his own home, the first rule is they're in charge and for people to respect them, right? Because that's their home. If they're not going to be respected, they'll probably be kicked out and removed from their home. You don't make up a false number 2, don't make up a false owner of the home, right? We're not going to go to someone's house and say, oh, I'm going to make a little statue and this is the homeowner and I know his rules, right? So number 3, I'm not going to blaspheme the atheist name in his own home because he'll probably kick me out. I'm not going to dishonor their parents. I'm not going to go into the atheist home and start blaspheming their parents or mom and dad. They'll probably kick me out. He doesn't want me to kill them or anyone in his home. He doesn't want me to think lustfully about his wife or husband or whatever. He doesn't want me to steal. He doesn't want me to lie about him in their own home. And he doesn't want me to covet their own property. So it's so amazing that even the atheists can resonate with the 10 Commandments today.
I get that, but you have to, the 10 Commandments are things that, like, are you aware of the Egyptian Book of the Dead?
Oh, yeah, a little bit. I actually haven't read it, though, unfortunately.
Well, I mean, like, where you have those 10 Commandments, thou have, like, you have these statements: I have not stolen, I have not killed, I have, like, those are the same things. And like I said, the Egyptian, this level of morality is not exclusive to the 10 Commandments. It's something that's intrinsic for the formations of societies.
For sure.
And I would argue that it was something that was indoctrinated into this religion from prior religions. Like I said, the Egyptian Book of the Dead and the Code of Hammurabi from the Middle East.
Do we know when the Book of the Dead was first published, by chance?
Published is a very interesting
Yes.
word.
Yeah.
I
Actually, maybe not published. More like, when was it transcribed, perhaps?
I think it was first
Authorized.
written in like 2300 BC. I think so. I think that's where that's where it was first written on the wall. It's in the temple of Isis or some shit. But I think it's like 2300 BC, which is almost a 1,000 years before you can even argue that you have like the future Jews in that area.
Okay, thank you. Something to consider for sure. The timeline, I think I have to analyze in depth because I know there's a lot of men in history, I guess, who deal with history, who've written history, that potentially could be lying about the timeline.
But the ground doesn't lie about the timeline.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then that's the thing, that they verify these things with stratigraphic layers, right? Like there's this one tribe of Israelis that actually got kicked out of Egypt, and guess who the pharaoh's name was that kicked them out of Egypt?
Moses.
Moses, A.H. Moses, which means seriously.
I thought it was going to be Donald Trump. He's going to say build the wall.
Oh yeah, they didn't get there yet. They didn't elect the foreigners. It's everybody off. But that means brother of Moses, right? But the thing is, it's that event doesn't coincide with any of the biblical narrative, so it can't even be used. But in reality, that's probably an event that's being mentioned. It's probably an event that's being remembered. It's probably an event that's being told.
Okay, I'll grant you just for a moment. Let's imagine for a brief moment the Jewish religion is made up. I'll grant you that for a moment. I'm going to remove all of that from my mind, but I still think I'm still stuck with God's 4 axioms about reality. 1, there's a creation model. 2, God has rules. Whether the rule is there are no rules, which is a rule, or there are very specific rules, moral rules. there's judgment for these moral rules, and then there's forgiveness. So I'll be happy to grant that. Well, yeah, we can get rid of the Abrahamic faith. I still don't think there's anything that could remove the fact that there's a creator. He has rules. He's gonna judge or not judge, and there's mercy.
Well, would that not just be a completely different religion at this point, then, right?
Perhaps. I'm not sure if is the word religion even in the Bible. I forgot.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's probably just like I wouldn't categorize it as a religion, but I'm open to people doing that. I just think it's the way, right? God, because there's a way to look at the world, and then there's a way to follow the rules, so you don't get judged, perhaps, or harshly, or you can obtain forgiveness. So I think those align with all those other previous, let's say if there were previous religions, the Sumerians, the Egyptians, they probably still have a creation model. They have rules for society to follow from their God, judgment and mercy, right? Because even at the end of their life, I think they had that judgment where there was like a scale.
Yes,
and yeah,
like hard on it. Yeah, and if you
yeah,
did
exactly.
that, like killed, stole, whatever, your heart would be. I think it's heavy. That you would be too heavy to do whatever. But what all I'm saying is it's like you said, like historians will lie and things like that. Like you have a constant like victim mentality when it comes to Christianity, that people are trying to tear it down. But the problem is that Christianity can't stand on its own legs of reality.
I kind of disagree with you there, but you're entitled to your opinion. There was a great documentary just released. It's called The Mosaic of Jesus, I think it is. And essentially what happened was there was a current prison that's overflowing in Israel. So they were going to expand. So they started to excavate, and then they stumbled upon this magnificent mosaic to Jesus in Israel. And it's talking about him being, I think, the Son of God. And this was a period after his death, and there was a lot of interesting things on there, and it's really well detailed. They just excavated it, and they're showing it around the world now.
That
So it
doesn't.
shows that.
That's not surprising. That's not surprising. That place that could have been painted all up like 1,800 years ago. That's not surprising. That doesn't. That's not. That's like
Well, I
you
think
can.
that they dated it to 100 AD, if I'm not mistaken. 108, 150 AD.
Okay, well, that's what I'm saying. That doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me that you could have that level of graffiti about someone or whatever. The historicity of his existence. Like, did this man exist? Did this man exist? That's debatable still. But the big issue is his divinity.